You physically couldn't hold me, I don't care if you pushing 40. You can never little bro me. You're on step like Ginobili, from young OG to the OG. From nosebleeds to floor seats, circle stronger than Cuban links. My gold dance, your gold plated. You verse me, now that's a reach. We ready? Who ready? We ready? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? We ready, been ready, I waited, my turn, on God, held steady. I keep dropping back to back, I keep going if you let me. I've been sitting at the top, looking down at those who left me. Promise I'm not being petty, I'm the one they envy. Brody moving state to state, make $1 million out to send me. Plus I grinded from the start, I was stacking pennies. I might dip like Machiavelli, after the confetti. Who ready? We ready? Who ready? We ready? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? We ready? Who ready? We ready? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who?
Everywhere I go, I'm winning. Everywhere I go, I'm never stopping, cause I'm always.
You better say it to my face or don't say it at all, ho. Cause I'm really the shit. I don't smoke, I levitate, meditate. I'm high as the sky and shit. LVs on my face, I don't see the hate. I'm perfect timing it. Anything I want in this world, it's mine. Cause I'm the A, not the B, the one, not the two. And when I'm in the city, I show them how I do. Everywhere I go, I'm winning. Everywhere I go, I'm winning. Everywhere I go, I'm never stopping, cause I'm always on go. Left, right with it, side to side with it. If you get money every day, they hands high with it. Everywhere I go, I'm winning. Everywhere I go, I'm winning. Everywhere I go, I'm never stopping, cause I'm always on go. I'm blood in the ring, I'm always winning. Got so much money, I'm always spending. Baby girl, you know that nigga stay broke. You know he ain't winning, he hate. I grind 24/48, you can see it all on my face. Perfect timing it. Anything I want in this world, it's mine. Cause I'm the A, not the B, the one, not the two. And when I'm in the city, I show them how I do. Everywhere I go, I'm winning. Everywhere I go, I'm winning. Everywhere I go, I'm never stopping, cause I'm always on go. Left, right with it, side to side with it. If you get money every day, they hands high with it. Everywhere I go, I'm winning. Everywhere I go, I'm winning. Everywhere I go, I'm never stopping, cause I'm always on go. You know what time it is? Go ahead, back it up, drop it down, do that real nice. You the baddest bitch in here, top 10, go ahead, live your life. Getting money, hair done, nails did, you ain't gotta ask twice. Yeah, that's fucking right, cause you the A, not the B, the one, not the two. And when you in the city, tell them what you do. Everywhere I go, I'm winning. Everywhere I go, I'm winning. Everywhere I go, I'm never stopping, cause I'm always on go. Left, right with it, side to side with it. If you get money every day, they hands high with it. Everywhere I go, I'm winning. Everywhere I go, I'm winning. Everywhere I go, I'm never stopping, cause I'm always on go. Lord have mercy.
Bitch, I'm big B, rolling through the streets in a 10-speed. Money on my mind, give a fuck about what a bitch think. I can't waste my time with a nigga that's not like me. Gotta bust me down in them Cubans, keep me icy. Let's go, 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 go. Let's go, let's go, 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 go. Let's go, 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 go. Let's go, let's go, 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 go. Bad bitch, she gon' get her money back tenfold. Bitches call me sis, I ain't your motherfucking kinfolk.
Alright, y'all know how this goes.
The
hell? Okay, see, it's a struggle. Anyways, I ain't got no damn money. Don't come for me, alright? Everything I'm reporting is from a damn news site. So if you want to sue somebody, go to the news site. Don't come for me. I'm just giving secondhand. I'm actually doing what woke is, keeping my head on a swivel, alright? So let's begin. This is all for entertainment and educational purposes or blah, blah, blah. Let's go. God dang it.
Let's get it. Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm a 10.
Oh my goodness, no, that does not need to be there. Why is that up there anyways? Why is that on? Oh, I'm still here. God dang it, I don't know how that hit. Anyways, hello, how you doing? I'm Kisu. Welcome to Talk On It. Here goes the thing. Okay, that was weird. I meant this one.
Hello, motherfucker. Hi.
And
Hello.
anyway, so how y'all doing already? We gonna go ahead and get started. As always, it's a short night because it's Sunday, and I really don't like doing long nights. So right now, let me go ahead and introduce y'all to the first story, because as always, it's something. It's always something. God dang it! All right.
And then the smoke got me.
Okay, so god dang it, every damn time. Hold on, give me a second here. It's always something. It is always goddamn something. Okay, I got your ass this time. You're not gonna fuck with me. Okay, there we go. There we go. So, what we know about Usher Justin Bieber as confrontation at Beyonce's Oscar party. I'm not sure if y'all heard. I heard about it. I heard it was about the diddler. Personally, I think they both got diddled. And he's kind of like you know, those STDs. It's the gift that keeps on giving, I guess. But apparently they got into it over him. So let's just talk about it. Because I personally tried to get him deported. I did. I wanted Justin Bieber to be deported. He was pissing me off with those stupid ass songs. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this situation, because when your mentor starts arguing with you at a billionaire party, oh yeah, something's been brewing. So apparently Justin Bieber and Usher Raymond had a heated exchange at Gold Party. You know, that elite invite only, you can't even breathe in here unless you rich type of function. Now, sources are saying Usher came in with energy. Not, hey little bro energy, more like we need to talk right now energy. No hands were thrown, but let's be real, sometimes words cut deeper than fists, and this ain't random. Usher basically helped build Bieber's career. That's why I've been pissed off at Usher for the longest. God dang it, that damn stupid ass baby song pissed me off. I don't like pop. I told y'all I don't like pop. Anyways, let's see here now. Usher helped build his career. Like, this man took you from YouTube to superstardom. I wish I hadn't seen you on YouTube. I would have freaking argued about it. You know, this is some stupid ass shit. Anyways, that's not just mentorship, that's industry parenting. Because he had guardianship, I heard. That's ridiculous. I would not give somebody helping my child, guardianship. Hell no, I need to be there. Fuck you. Usher but here's where it gets messy. There's been distance for years. They don't hang out. They don't pop up together. That Super Bowl halftime show in 2024, Bieber said, "I'm good," and stayed home. That had already people side-eyeing. Then you add the uncomfortable truth. Give me a second here. My script, you know how it is. Usher introduced Bieber as a teenager to the diddler. Ugh. That's gross. That is just really gross. Why would you do that? I mean, do you have Stockholm syndrome? Because really, I mean, I'm just saying. Brother, what's that? Anyways, let me see. So, yeah, I'm uncomfortable just hearing about it. And with everything swirling around the diddler legally right now, yeah, folks are connecting dots whether they should or should not. So now you got a mentor, a former protege, years of silence, and a public confrontation at a power party. That's not just an argument. It's unresolved business bubbling up in a designer clothes, you know? And let me say this real quick. This is why I don't get impressed by celebrity relationships. These industry friendships are built on opportunity, not loyalty. These hoes ain't loyal. The second the alignment shifts, boom, the tension. And I have never seen that shit happen so quicker than with celebrities. Woo! or the orangutan in the White House. So now the question is, are they ever working together again? After this, the future collab Usher mentioned might be sitting in the same place as my patience for celebrity drama. Non-existence. And I honestly don't care, because I really couldn't stand his ass when he was doing pop or whatever the hell he was calling himself doing. And Usher pissed me off with that shit too, but then I have been side-eyeing his ass for a while anyways. He has some skeletons that I've heard about, and I honestly am like, okay, yeah. But anyways, that is neither here nor there. Thank y'all for coming. I'm about to go ahead and show y'all my commercial. If you like what I'm doing, if you don't like what I'm doing, let me know in the comments. Just come at me, respectfully, because I have a lot of time right now since the layoffs have come through. Yeah. Like, subscribe, share. Help me get the word out, because I'm really sick of this whole concept of what they consider woke. That's not woke. Your head on the swivel, that's woke. Anyways, check out my commercial. I'll be right back.
It's just me and the fam. 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 Yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little Tay-Tay, that's my girl, that's my mascot. Little ones go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with the racks out. Stay inside the house, turned.
Alright, let's shift some gears here, because this is serious. These motherfuckers was not playing when, you know what, you keep shooting yourself in the foot. I don't think you have feet anymore. You gotta be in a wheelchair, because this shit is ridiculous. Anyways, the state of, Georgia woman charged with murder under Republicans' extreme abortion ban. Y'all motherfuckers, I'm telling you, we need a grand exodus again. We need to do another grand exodus, a huge migration. The state of Georgia is once again making headlines, and not in a good way. Their abortion ban, it keeps getting struck down, and then boom, reinstated again by the state Supreme Court, like a bad sequel nobody asked for. And here's the part people need to understand. 8 out of 9 justices on that court were appointed by Republican governors. So when folks say the system is working for who exactly? Because what we're seeing is a pattern. Lower courts say this violates rights. State Supreme Court says, nah, we bringing it back anyways. And the consequences are real. And we're talking about a woman, a mother, a veteran being charged with murder under this law. Let that sit for a second. Charged for a medical situation. And on top of that, reports are tying this ban to deaths of at least 2 women. Not theory, not opinion, actual lives lost. Lord have mercy. You know what? If you can't freaking do shit with your own damn body, what can you do? And one of the most disturbing parts, law enforcement tracking a woman in the hospital like she committed a crime for seeking care. That's not health care. Alright, we under Big Brother. That is just straight up control. And I need people to hear me clearly. When the government starts inserting itself into your body, your medical decisions, your pregnancy, that's not protection. That is a power abuse, okay? And now there's an election coming up, May 19th, and they're framing it as a fight for reproductive rights. Because right now, the Supreme Court is the last stop between people and policies that can literally decide life or death. I honestly am not a fan of people having abortions, but I am absolutely not a fan of people having their autonomy taken away. That is fucking sick. You are not allowed to fucking say what I can and can't do with my body. You didn't give it to me. Ugh. This is about whether a woman has the right to say, this is my body, this is my decision, or whether the state gets to override that. And I'm going to say this plainly. And any system that can jail you for seeking medical care, that is not justice. It's control dressed up as law. And I fucking hate it. You can't control me. I fucking hate it. You know, I'm that kind of person. Even if I don't agree with it, I want that shit out because of the fact of principles. You feel me? It's all about principles to me. And I'm really not feeling that. That's all I gotta say. I'm not feeling it at all. That is sick. And you got some damn nerve to try to say you know what's better for a person than they do their own selves. I don't see you paying my damn medical bill. And we're going to stay in that strain because the next story is kind of stupid too. And black women, you need to pay attention for real because this is some fucked up shit here. Whoo wee. Give me a second here. Now this one is going to hit different because it's another reminder that when it comes to black women in healthcare, the system still moves funny. So black women are being forced into C-sections with the courts backing. I'm going to tell you right now, you ain't forcing my ass to have no fucking C-section. If it's doing all right, you ain't making me have a C-section. Fuck you. I've heard about C-sections. My mother had a C-section, but I was also almost breech. So shit. I was in my sleep apparently, you know. Only time I was on CP time, and I was sleeping good. So I was turning and that damn cord was winding. So yeah. Anyways, this is just another reminder that historically we already know the foundation is dirty. You got figures like J. Marion Sims, called the father of modern gynecology, who built his work experimenting on enslaved black women. Okay, first of all, how the fuck does that sentence doesn't even work? Father of gynecology. Motherfucker, you don't have it. So how the hell do you know about it more than I do, bitch? Anyways, he didn't use anesthesia or consent, by the way. This fucker is evil. So when we talk about distrust in the medical system, that didn't come from nowhere. Now fast forward to today. And studies still show black women are more likely to be pushed into C-sections even when their medical conditions match white patients. Why? Because bias still exists in decision making. Labor is too slow, risk is too high. Those calls aren't always objective. They're influenced by perception. And now we've got real cases that take it even further. Let's talk about Sharice Doley. Lord, we got a name. A doula, a professional, somebody who knows childbirth. She's in labor and suddenly a Zoom court hearing gets pulled on a tablet in her hospital bed to force her into surgery she already said no to. No lawyer surrounded by people who didn't look like her. She literally said, I have 20 white people against me. And when she asked for a black provider, the judge basically brushed it off like race doesn't matter. That alone tells you everything. Then there's Brianna Bennett. She wanted a vaginal birth after previous C-sections. Instead, another courtroom moment right there in the hospital, leading into a judge ordering surgery. How the fuck you gonna order surgery for my body? Bitch, you ain't got no business in the operation room with me. This is my fucking body. Whoo, hell no. And here's the bigger issue. There are 29 states with laws that can override a woman's medical decision during pregnancy, meaning your consent can get tossed out if someone else decides they know better. How you gonna know better about my body? That's what don't make sense to me. It's fucking dangerous and it's traumatic. And the aftermath is real. Doley stopped working as a doula completely. Bennett says she cried every day after, not because of childbirth, because of how it was taken from her. So when people say the system is fine, no. The system is still deciding who gets autonomy and who gets overridden. This is some sick ass shit. You shouldn't be able to do that stuff in her damn man in the emergency room. Who the fuck decided that shit? And too often black women are the ones being told, we'll decide for you. Bitch, you will not decide for me. Fuck that. I don't care if I have to go to a whole nother state. I will if I have to, damn it. Now we're going to keep on moving on because hey Terry, we're going to keep moving on because I have an update for that last story I had told you about the Tuskegee coach who got handcuffed for apparently trying to decrease tension. New development after Tuskegee University coach was handcuffed and escorted out of viral Morehouse game. Now this right here pissed off a lot of people, and rightfully so. At a basketball game between Tuskegee University and Morehouse College, what should have been a normal HBCU matchup turned into a whole mess. Coach Benji Taylor I still can't get over that the fact that they named that dude Benji. But anyways, Coach Benji Taylor, head coach at Tuskegee, ends up in handcuffs. Yes, handcuffed. Walked out like a criminal, and for what? According to reports, he was trying to address a situation where Morehouse football players jumped into a basketball's handshake line, which goes against protocol. Where the fuck were they there? Why were they there? This is a whole... I understand that you like basketball, but why were you even near that area so that you could sit... Make it make sense. Make it make sense. We already talking foolishness here. Okay, so from his perspective, that's a security issue, potential chaos, and that's something you fix immediately. Instead of support, he got cuffs. Now, Tuskegee leadership backed him fully, saying he acted professionally and was protecting his team. And let's be for real for a second. We've seen coaches yelling, getting emotional, and way worse behavior in sports. God dang it, I seen one throw a chair. That's where people start asking, but somehow this situation escalated to police action and people are asking questions. Because when you go from coach speaking up to coach in handcuffs real quick, it doesn't sit right. Now he's filing a lawsuit, and honestly he should, because public humiliation like that, it sticks and that impacts. I'm serious. You get blackballed even if you're innocent. Especially when you're black. I'm just saying. His reputation might be fucked up. His players might be fucked up in the head. His family. And more importantly, it sends a message. And the message right now looks like even when you're doing your job, you can still get treated like the problem. So yeah, this one ain't over. And once it updates, I will let you know. Because I'll be watching out how this plays. Because accountability needs to show up just as loud as those damn handcuffs, you dirty bastards. I hate when they do this stupid ass shit. I'm just updating y'all all goddamn day for a minute, okay? Because right here is another one that has irritated me. She been in the news almost every week now. So I don't know what the hell is happening with her. But I hope she gets out of the news soon. Because at one point I thought it was just her business. Then it was drama. And oh Lord, this ain't her damn era, okay? Check this one out.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Hold on, let me move it. There it is. Devastating update for billion-dollar whiskey brand Uncle Nearest amid $100 million lawsuit. She just can't seem to get no peace. So, because Uncle Nearest ain't just any company. This is a black-owned brand built to honor Nathan Nearest Green, a formerly enslaved man who taught Jack Daniel how to make whiskey. Oh, that's who that is. Oh, and that's history. And for years, this brand has been a success story, fast-growing, widely respected, but now it's in the middle of a major lawsuit, and a financial company is claiming Uncle Nearest defaulted on over $100 million in loans. I thought there was a chapter 13, but let's continue. And here's where it gets messy. They say the company reported having 77,000 barrels of whiskey as collateral, but allegedly came up about $21 million short. That's a big discrepancy right there. Now a judge, give me a second. God dang script. Okay, now a judge has already stepped in and appointed a receiver, basically a third party to take control of the company, which I don't really agree on, meaning the founders have temporarily lost control. That's huge. That's like building your house and then someone gets the keys. And damn it, I'd be pissed the fuck off if I built a house and your ass gets to live in it. Now, the founders, Fawn and Keith Weaver, are pushing back hard. They're calling the lawsuit inaccurate, saying the lenders knew about financial pauses, and they're appealing the decision. And let me say this carefully. We can support black businesses and still expect transparency. Both can exist at the same time. Because when a brand represents culture, history, and legacy like this one does, that takes the stakes are higher. Now the question is this management or is this a financial dispute being blown up bigger than it is. We don't fully know yet. But what we do know is this situation could impact one of the most powerful black-owned brands in the spirits industry. Shit, I need to go get a bottle before it's too late, I guess. And I'm rooting for the truth to come out, whatever the truth is, because legacy matters, and stories like Nathan Green's deserves to be protected the right way. Please don't sit up there and blaspheme another one of our goddamn leaders. I don't need it. Anyways, here comes some stupid shit, because you know the orangutan is still in office. Damn it. As wars in Iran rages, how much higher can gas prices really get? Shit, I had to cancel plans. I wanted to go to New York for my very first time and go visit some friends. And damn it, I looked at them prices and I'm like, well, shit, I might as well not. I'm going to go visit one day, but damn it, I guess my 45th birthday ain't going to be it. That's all I got to say. So, let's talk about it. Because this shit got my wallets feeling bad. Gas prices are climbing again, and folks are looking around like, wait, didn't somebody promise this would be cheaper? And you believe that motherfucker? For real, you really believe that motherfucker? I got some beachfront, some prime beachfront estate to sell your ass if that's the case. Shit. So, yeah, that part. So, because of this escalating conflict involving Iran, which we had no fucking clue about, and I'm still trying to figure out how is he running an illegal they said it was illegal. How is he still doing it? How do y'all keep listening to this stupid ass orange motherfucker? I just don't get what's appealing. He's not scary. Just tell him to shut the fuck up and leave. That's what I'm gonna have to do? Shit. Anyways, and I want to know why the fuck he has their phone numbers too. I heard this motherfucker call people up at 3 a.m. I wouldn't answer your fucking call me. I know what my damn job is, and you ain't my fucking boss. I don't think the Congress realizes that. That's not their boss, okay? They're all of their motherfucking bosses. But apparently they forgot about us. Shit. A culling. Once again, I keep telling y'all, a culling is needed. So, anyways, let me continue. Now, one of the biggest choke points in the world is the Strait of Hormuz. About 20% of the world's oil passes through there, and with tensions rising, access to that route is being disrupted. Translation, less supply, more panic, higher prices at the pump. And I'm not mad at Iran. I'm really not. We're already seeing it. Gas prices have gone up in every state. Some places like Georgia, Michigan, and Wisconsin, people are seeing jumps of about $1 a gallon. A whole dollar. It took me $32 to fill up my car, because my car was almost empty. That's the only reason I filled it up. 32. It was like $3.50. Shit. This motherfucker here. That's a damn mess. And a recent poll says about 87% of Americans expect prices to keep rising. That's why I had to cancel my damn trip. So yeah, people are bracing themselves. Now here's where it gets political. Drumpf, who swore up and down he was gonna lower gas prices and grocery prices immediately, is now dealing with a situation that doing the exact opposite. And I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. You can't talk cheap gas while engaging in military actions that destabilize global oil supply. The math ain't mathing, you stupid ass mother. Ooh, neither am I. I'm angry. I'm not angry. I'm not. I'm really not. I hope they whoop our ass, really, because we started that shit. Every fucking time we have war, I'm starting to see our hands are in that fucking pot. We ain't even got shit to do with it most of the damn time. You let them damn people deal with their damn government. God dang it. What we need to do is go out and be doing more shit. I ain't going out there though, because I already know that's a setup. Anyways, let me continue. This dumbass. He swore up and down he was going to lower gas and grocery prices immediately, and is now dealing with a situation that's doing the exact opposite. And I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. This motherfucker pisses me off. Now, the government is trying to soften the blow by releasing oil from the strategic petroleum reserve, about 170 million barrels. But let's talk about that 200 million he's asking for. You done lost your goddamn rabbit ass mind. You already already spending all our money. Didn't you just give, how many millions? 4 million did he give to Brazil? What country was it? It wasn't Colombia or something? Just because his friend was in trouble? Motherfuck. The Saudis are expecting $180 in barrel coming soon, allegedly. Shit, it'll probably be at $200 at this point. I'm not even gonna lie. This is some stupid ass shit. And we didn't ask for none of this shit. That fucking orangutan. I still don't understand how y'all voted for an orangutan. Fucking Putin. I blame him. That orangutan should have never been in office at all. Shit. Anyways, but let's be real. That's like, it's like pouring a bottle of water on a house fire. This shit right here ain't enough. It helps a little, but it doesn't fix the bigger issue. And history already showed us how this goes. Back during the Iraq and Iraq or whatever, give me a second here. 40 million oh shit, it was even more. He gave 40 million to fucking Argentina just to fucking for the hell. And you think we're gonna give you 200 million? Motherfucker, kiss my ass. Shit. It showed up, and history already showed us after the Iraqi wars under George W. Bush, he's an idiot, gas prices spiked, people panic bought, and lines wrapped around gas stations like it was Black Friday. I'm glad I was in college. I didn't have no life, really. I just went to the club and I walked. And don't forget, we just came out of a pandemic shortages. People will panic again. Man, toilet paper. I got the toilet paper and water, apparently. People are going to panic again, so now the big question is, how long does this conflict last? This motherfucker talking about his bones. They look brittle. They look brittle, bitch. And how much more are people willing to pay? I'm not willing to pay for any of this shit. I didn't vote for the orangutan, damn it. I'm trying to figure out a way I can get my family and friends out this fucking country. I say we do a huge exodus. Anyways, regular folks are the ones footing the bill for decisions made way above our pay grade. I'm gonna tell you right now, goddamn, we need to do something, because this motherfucker is gonna mess with our damn elections too. I ain't got time for it. Now, I'm telling you right now, the bullshit is not over. I told y'all to buckle up, because this shit is getting rough, buttercup. Watch this shit. Oh, this motherfucker's right here.
Emotional content.
Make some sense out of this. A historic black community in Maryland is fighting to protect its wetland from development. Apparently, you know what I think? I think these assholes really do have like a planet they getting ready to move all their rich asses to. And they just gutting the shit out of this country and this planet as much as they can. Because I think we've already said the fucking environment is changing because of the stupid shit they doing. We already got one cancer alley, and I know near where I used to live is becoming another cancer alley. Whoo! Oh my God! Whoo, Lord! Are you serious? And he want 20. Man, you better go pay it your damn self if you got that damn money, because this bitch here.
Oh my God!
He gon' Lord, no. This motherfucker here.
Damn.
Oh, I got too much of a life, because what I want to do would get me put in prison. Oh, anyways, we gonna talk about this right here. Let's talk about East Townsend, Maryland. This isn't just a neighborhood. This is one of the oldest historically black communities in the area, built in the 1850s by formerly enslaved people. Let me say that again. People who came out of slavery built something for themselves, even though they think our asses are going to go to the jungle. Bitch, you need to go to the jungle. I have some damn African net wash. What you got, bitch? Anyways. What they did was legacy and resistance. And now that legacy is under pressure again. I need to get one of them sound effects. Because this motherfucker here, they get on my last nerve so bad. They get on my nerves so bad. Anyways, let's talk about this shit. So, there's a proposal, housing development, 56 units packed into 2.5 acres called Red Maple Place. Now listen, affordable housing is needed. Nobody's arguing about that shit. But residents are saying not like this and not here like this. Because the way this project is set up, it's cutting down environmental protections, reducing forest buffers. Do you know how hot it was last fucking summer? I had to go buy one of them heavy ass pushing vacuum clean, not vacuum cleaners, air conditioners. And I had to stay in one fucking room. And I live in Massachusetts, okay? Massachusetts is cold as fuck. We supposed to have possible snow fucking Monday. It better be rain, because I'm sick of this shit, okay? I used to love snow. I fucking hate it now. So would you leave the fucking environment alone, you dumb bastards? Just because y'all gonna go I can't say you going to the upper room. Just because y'all gonna move on, don't mean you got to leave us in a hot box, jackasses. Whoo! All right. So that means increased flooding risk. I don't like that. Drainage problems, soil runoff, structure instability, and residents are already seeing it. Standing water, mud. You know how dangerous standing mud is. You dangerous fuck. I hate this country. Standing water, mud runoff, changes to the infrastructure. No, this isn't hypothetical. It's already fucking happening. And here's the part that feels real familiar. Residents say they were missing permits, missing notices, missing transparency. Because that's what they do. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. Which brings us to the bigger issue. Why does development always seem to bend the rules when it comes to black communities? Because this isn't new. Since the 1960s, East Townsend has already lost homes, green space, even a Negro League baseball field, all replaced for development. And who benefited? Not the people who built the community. Now you've got leaders like State Senator Mary Washington speaking up and saying this land matters not just locally, but regionally, because it helps manage runoff in the Chesapeake Bay. So yeah, this is bigger than one project. This is about preservation versus profit, history versus expansion, community versus convenience, and honestly, black communities shouldn't have to keep fighting to exist every fucking generation. I'm so sick of this shit. And this next one, my homeboy went and apologized about this passing, and honestly, I had totally forgot about this dude, because I had been side-eyeing him ever since I heard a little shit about this man back in the day. But apparently he passed. Not just Mueller, this dude passed. So let's check it out, because apparently my homeboy thinks I'm heard about it. I'm not. But okay, let's talk about it. Where's my damn button? Okay, here we go. I ain't mad. So news of Chuck Norris's death has black Americans looking at him through a new lens. Walker, Texas Ranger, I never watched that shit. I hate those shows. Star Chuck Norris' shocking death is sparking some interest. What do you mean shocking? That man is old. That man is not young. What do you mean shocking? Anyways, let's switch it up fast. So news broke that Chuck Norris passed away after a medical emergency in Hawaii. And at first, people were genuinely shocked. Not me. Because in folks' mind, Chuck Norris was basically immortal. I had a poster that said that shit, but like I said, I heard some shit. You know how many memes we got about this man. Chuck Norris don't sleep, he waits. Chuck Norris counted to infinity twice. So yeah, people were like, wait, this man died? Especially in black households. Walker, Texas Ranger had folks, parents, and grandparents not locked in. Not my mama, but maybe my grandma. Not me. Definitely not me. That shit was annoying. I don't like dramas. So the initial reaction, love, respect, nostalgia. But then, no, I already knew about this shit. So here we go. That's why I said he's not a nice guy. So the internet did a background check, and suddenly people found out about his political alignment, support for Drumpf, right-wing positions, and all that. I knew about that. I already knew about that shit. That's why I didn't really fuck with him that much. See, somebody watched. She's somebody's grandma. So I'm just saying. And she's somebody's mama. So yeah, you fill both of those in. Anyway, so let me continue. And you could literally watch the timeline flip in real time. Folks went in from rest into legend to, oh, never mind then. And I'm talking prayers getting revoked. People said things like, I've been presented new information, prayers down. And I ain't even gonna lie, that was funny and telling. Because it says something real. I already knew. Y'all motherfuckers are way behind. I knew about a decade ago this motherfucker was not a very nice man. I did jump on that, that whole bandwagon, the memes of Chuck Norris, but then I later found out some shit about this motherfucker. He's not a nice man. Anyways, because it shows something real. People are tired of separating art from the person when that person supports things that go against them. So yeah, the reaction wasn't unified. It was layered. Some folks stayed respectful. Others said, hold on here. Give me a second. I always gotta be a goddamn woman. Anyways, some folks said rest in peace. Let me continue. Okay. Let's see. Some folks stayed respectful. Others said, we good over here. And honestly, that's the era we're in, where public figures aren't just judged on their work, but on who they stand with. Look, I already told y'all, I found shit out about this dude, so I was already like, nah, I'm good. I found out he died. I was like, alright, I don't care. I'm more interested in another Bruce Lee movie. Shit. Yeah, they played together. Just like that damn basketball was in that same movie. Why the hell was he in that damn movie? Stop putting basketball players in movies. They are not action figures. Shit. Who was that dude? He was tall ass basketball. Hakeem, you know who Abdul. I think that was him. You know who it was. That was before my time. I wasn't born when he really got into it. He had about 3 names. Forgot what the fuck his name is. Anyways, I'll remember later. All right, we done with that. It's time for people who terrorize black folks, because I really, yes, that's pretty much it. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. He's not a nice guy, and it hurt my damn feelings. Shit, I was like, wait a minute. He was in that movie with that black basketball player and Bruce Lee, which I still can't remember his name. I'm going to have to look it up, but, I want to get through this night in less than 2 hours. So let me go ahead and go with our section, people who are terrorizing black folks, because black terrorist doesn't sound right, because it is, black people terrorists. That still sounds weird. But anyways, people who terrorize black folks. Watch this. All right, so every goddamn time. Give me a second here. Every time. This motherfucker here always want to get out the way. I checked. But apparently I did not check enough. You motherfucker. Now I gotta move your ass over here. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Oh, I need to hear that song again. Have y'all heard Move, Bitch, Get Out the Way, the old school version? It is funny as hell. I love it. I love it to death. Okay. This is better. This is better right here. All right. Much better. Now you see the background too. Okay. So, this dumbass here. So, white power homeboy racist goes on tirade at AutoZone. Why would you do that, you dumbass? You know how many different people go to... Everybody goes to AutoZone. Your ass is set up. So, this is straight up disgusting and not surprising. At an AutoZone in Lafayette, Colorado. How many Lafayettes are there? I did not know there was a Lafayette in Colorado. Why would there be a Lafayette? It doesn't say French to me, okay? A white man decided to go full racist meltdown mode inside the store. And, of course, it was caught on video. He was yelling slurs at black people, Latino people, and dropping the N-word, screaming white power. I haven't heard the old version. Send it to me, please. The old version, you just go... What you do is you go look on YouTube, because that's what I have to do. You look on YouTube and do old-fashioned get out the way. Old-fashioned move, bitch, get out the way. That's what it was. So people were basically... I think what they did is this dude made a clip, and he was singing so damn old, but the song was still good. It was like, move, bitch. And then there was a background, get out the way, get out the way. It was like that. But you can need to listen to it because there's a choir at the end. Just go on YouTube and say old fashioned move bitch get out the way, because it's funny as hell, but it's also really, it's a banger. It's a banger. It's a bop. Anyways, this jackass here was screaming about white power, and he was even throwing up what looked like a nacho sign. You know what it is. Salute. Inside a store. Like, sir, you came for a car battery or a race war. I don't get paid enough for that shit. And then, because the audacity never travels alone, he walks behind the counter towards the employees. Now that right there, that's where it gets dangerous. I hope somebody gave him a left hook, an uppercut, a jab to the ribs, because I know I would be wanting to do that shit. I got some boxing gloves. They're in the same corner over there where my birth certificate is, in the same corner of my bed. See, I know where my paperwork is too. Anyways, now you're just talking reckless now. You're invading space and escalating. Luckily, people in the store stepped in and told him to get out. But here's the bigger picture. That wasn't whispered racism. That was coded language. That was loud, bold, and unapologetic hate, you dirty bastard. The hatred is real. Man, that's when I'm not really a wrestling fan anymore. But that's right there is when you just fucking, woo, you come from the damn, the ring. You come from the damn ropes down on that motherfucker. Because I bet he was fat. Either he was fat or unproportionately skinny as hell. One or the other. I hope he was missing a tooth. Anyways, and the fact that he felt comfortable doing that in public, that's what people are paying attention to, because it reflects a bigger climate where some folks feel empowered to say the quiet part out loud. Now, social media is doing what it does, trying to identify him, because accountability doesn't always start with the system. Sometimes it starts with the internet. And honestly, if you're bold enough to say it publicly, you should be bold enough to stand on it when your name gets attached to it. Because you know motherfuckers much bigger than you will find your ass and tell you to say it in their face. And they have no problem following it up, is what I'm saying. Now, this one I missed, because I usually cut off my stories that I'm looking for at about 4 o'clock, because I need to start, summarizing them, getting the pictures up, getting the titles, all of that shit, all of that. I do at least 2 hours of work for this shit. I'm a producer, I'm the motherfucking star, all that shit. But anyways, let me go ahead and tell y'all this next story, because it's stupider too. So, new Southwest seating. I ain't been on that bitch since they stole my camera and my money. Anyways, new Southwest seating policy sparks discrimination concerns among black women. I was on my way back from Chicago. I had gone to ASIN, which is an anime convention. I went. I had a good time. But them motherfuckers stole my damn camera. It was a nice camera. My mama got it for my 21st birthday. That's why I remember it. But let's see what they doing to us now, because I'm plus size at this point. So Southwest Airlines has been making changes, and not the good kind. First, they got rid of free checked bags. A whole bunch of them bastards have done that. It's horrible. Let's see here now. Open seating, and people were already annoyed. But now they've rolled out a policy saying passengers who encroach on another seat have to buy an extra one. Now, I'm not that big. Oh, thank you so much. I'm not that huge, okay? I'm thick, but I'm not big enough to take your seat. But I know some folks that do, and they ain't even big. They just rude. Have you ever had somebody cross their legs yoga style in a seat? I have. No, wait, that bitch actually stood up like a chicken at one point, I think. It was an Asian lady. They know how to squat with their feet flat. It was weird because her shoes were off too, and that was funky. And the other dude on the other side was big as hell. I was like, and that was American, so I ain't going to no damn Southwest, but I digress. I'm going off the topic. I'm sorry. So they've rolled out a policy saying passengers, yeah. And listen, on paper that might sound logistic. In real life, it's turning into humiliation. Real talk. It is. Because it's not just us being big, god dang it. There's a whole bunch of other fools out there that big as us in different colors. You got women like Ruby Renee, frequent flyer, being stopped before boarding and told to buy another seat, even though she says she fits just fine. No measuring system, no clear rules, just vibes and judgment, and that's the problem. I would have got a refund, bitch. Don't you dare. Because whose policies are vague? When they're vague, bias fills in the gap. Another woman, Kirsten Catron, said she was pulled aside and questioned about her size, even though she had no issue fitting. Denied boarding. Embarrassed. Now she doesn't even want to travel anymore. That's policy. That's not policy. That's impact, bitch. That's rude as fuck. And let's talk about Ruby. What Ruby pointed out. Black women naturally have curves. I know I do. Motherfuckers be sitting up there thinking they can get up close to me, but hey, the bottom part of me is not proportional to the top of me in that way. It's not like solid. I'm not shaped like a square. Shit. I had that problem in Japan. Motherfucker was trying to get in, but yeah, I might look small up here, but yeah, there's more of me down there. I'm not huge. I ain't never had a BBL, but still, the dude was like, I'm like, that is meat. That is me. That is meat. Stop trying to get over there. Damn, skinny man. Anyways, she's embarrassed. Now she doesn't even want to travel anymore. And black women, we have curves. So when you create a rule that's subjective, guess who's more likely to get targeted? Exactly. Now folks are calling it what it feels like. Fat phobic, discriminatory, inconsistent. Because if you're going to enforce something like that, it needs to be clear, measurable, fair. Not based on somebody looking at you and deciding you might be a problem. Might, oh hell no, you will not might me. Maybe we do. It's a ghetto ass fucking airplane. They ghetto shit. After they stole my shit, I never got on there again. I went to United. I went to American. But anyways, we shouldn't have to pay double. I know damn well I'm not that damn big. I knew what you meant, girl. And you ain't embarrassing me at the fucking gate, cause I'll embarrass the shit out of you. I got time. My job, they fucking, I told y'all, they laid my ass off with the whole department. So I got time until I either get out of school or find another job. I got time. Alright, now this one is weird, so I didn't know where the hell to put it. So I just stuck it right here between the fuck around and find out and the terrorists. This one is just weird, because I don't know what were you supposed to do with this. You'll find out when I show you, because it's weird. Why postal leaders warn that they could run out of money. Shit, all of us could, the way they spending our fucking money. But let's talk about this. The United States Postal Service, because apparently the people making sure grandma gets her meds, your bills show up, and half the country gets their packages, is being told to do it all with no money. According to the USPS leadership, the Postal Service could run out of cash by early 2027 without congressional action. And Postmaster General David Steiner warned lawmakers that the agency's finances are deteriorating fast. USPS says it serves more than 169 million addresses. Now, if you don't think you need that shit, remember, Amazon doesn't always deliver the shit they buy. You buy from them. They give it over to the United States Postal Service. So I'm just letting you know, they still exist. Even if y'all just email folks, they still exist. We still can buy stamps. Sometimes you have no choice but to send the shit in the mail. Anyways. So, it says, but unlike most federal agencies, it is largely expected to fund itself. And the reason is not mysterious. First class mail volume has collapsed from its 2006 peak of about 213 billion pieces to roughly 109 billion pieces today. A drop, USPS says, that has ripped tens of billions of dollars out of its revenue because Steiner told Congress the agency has been buried under outdated rules, debt limits, and structural obligations while Americans keep moving to paperless billing, online statements, and digital everything. So yes, the internet ate the stamp budget. That's about half the population of... Yeah. So, I don't know what they're going to do, because I don't know about you, but damn it, I'd like to have, well, I guess you could print stuff, but I like to have physical shit, especially if it's from the company, because you know these damn people will try to get you as fast as they can if they can save some fucking money. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Oh, and I wanted to tell you that word is not Reuters, it's Reuters. I did not know it was Reuters. Okay. Anyways, let's see here now. Now USPS wants help, but not everybody agrees on what that should look like. Steiner has pushed for reform, including a higher borrowing limit and higher stamp prices, with the cost of first-class stamps potentially rising from 78 cents to 95 cents. I didn't even know it was that high. Meanwhile, Amazon, one of the USPS's major package partners, says the Postal Service walked away from renewal talks late last year, and that standoff could cost USPS even more volume if Amazon shifts businesses elsewhere. Don't go to FedEx, please. I fucking can't stand FedEx. Them motherfuckers be losing shit left and right and make you go through some shit just to get your shit. Took me about 2 months to get my damn clothes. Anyways, one of USPS's major, I said that, so the same country that complains when the mail is late may soon discover what happens when the mail system is asked to survive on vibes and expired budget glue. The bigger issue here is that USPS is one of those institutions people only notice when it breaks. Rural communities depend on it. Seniors depend on it. People waiting on prescriptions depend on it. And Congress keeps acting like the post office is some old annoying cousin instead of a basic national service. You can't demand 6-day delivery, universal service, low prices, and rural reach, then clutch your pearls when the numbers don't work. That's not business model. That's a magic thinking from envelopes. I don't know what to tell you. Shit. They need money too. And this motherfucker gave $40 billion to this dumb... Woohoo! Now they want $200 billion. Have you lost your mind? It's illegal. It's a fucking illegal war. Why are we paying for something illegal? Please, somebody tell me. Anyways, moving on. It is now time to talk about fucking around and finding out. So y'all go ahead. I need a puff. A sip or something. This is so stupid.
I don't want the second, I want this. I'm all in my way, I'm a red. I've been moving like a hot mess.
Look, I said this shit before, and I'm gonna say it again. How the hell, if this was true, would this work? How the hell they gonna know where all of us are? Some of us live in white neighborhoods. Some of us live in black neighborhoods. How the hell was that gonna ever work anyways? I'm just curious. These motherfuckers went and lied to themselves that basically the Iranians aren't gonna fuck with us. They gonna fuck with this whole country. I suggest we all get the fuck out. Because I'm telling you, segregation. I'm telling you, we should have kept with it. Because if we could build, we just needed to make sure we up our security. We could do this. I'm just saying, this could be done. But let's talk about this shit. So, there is no credible evidence that Iran has issued any official statement saying black Americans would be spared in a conflict with the United States. None. No policy, no government declaration, no military exemption by race. But honestly, there is one spot. You just need to hit one spot. They all go there to kiss his ass. You just hit that one spot. I'm just saying. So let's continue. I don't think I'll be able to post this one. They might hit me. I don't know. Anyways, let's see here now. That viral claim floating around online is fiction, even if a lot of people are joking with it. Like, well, I guess we sitting this one out. Now, where the joke comes from is a realistic moment, but social media stretched it way past the truth. During the 1979 Iran hostage crisis, Iranian student militants released a small number of hostages early, including some women and some black Americans, and some of the rhetoric around the decision referenced the oppression of black people in the United States. But that was not Iran announcing some eternal pro-black foreign policy. Hey, they don't like our asses either, real talk. I'm just saying, they do not like our asses either. Yeah, they are. They don't really like anybody but their own. I'm just saying. Let me see here now. Let's see here now. It's not an eternal pro policy, okay? It was a political and propagandist move made in the chaos of hostage crisis, while 52 other Americans remained captive for 444 days. Was that on purpose? I'm just wondering. And honestly, the reason this joke hits is not because people think Iran loves us. It hits because a whole lot of black folks already feel weird when Americans start talking that we language around war. Suddenly it's we the people, our sacrifice, our nation, and black folks are like, interesting. Because y'all get real selective with that we when it's time for justice, safety, healthcare, housing, and basic dignity. That is so fucking true. That's why the meme traveled. It's less about foreign policy and more about black people side-eyeing a country that always seems ready to draft our loyalty while rationing our protection. So yes, the claim itself is false, but the feeling underneath the joke is very real. Black humor has always been an analysis and a wig and house shoes. Folks are laughing because the contradiction is familiar. Asked to defend freedoms we still don't fully enjoy. Told to stand tall for a nation that still fumbles us at the ground level. So no, Iran didn't say black Americans are safe, but the fact that so many people found that believable says a whole lot that trust America has failed to build with its own people. That's what I'm saying, motherfucker. Because I don't know where the hell to go. My mama was born here, her mama was born here, her mama's mama was born here, all of us were born here, and at one point we were called indigenous, okay? So I don't know what to tell you, but moving on, this one will make you smile, I hope, because I know I smiled when I looked at the title. Black woman has a multi-million-dollar victory in discrimination case against city of Fresno. I ain't never been to Fresno, but I don't want to go either. Now this is let's talk about Miss Lakiba Kiki Wilson. Yeah, that's her name. Because Fresno just learned that playing in somebody's face for years can get real expensive. Love to see it happen. I love it for you. Love to see it happen. Give me a second. Let me move that out. All right. So a federal jury awarded Wilson $15 million and her co-worker Charles Smith $400,000 after they sued the city of Fresno over discrimination, harassment, and retaliation tied to the city's code enforcement department. The case has been dragging on since 2019. Ooh, damn it. You earned that. And the jury reached a verdict after just one day of deliberation. That is not the legal version of maybe. That is the courtroom equivalent. Oh, we've heard enough. Yes. According to the lawsuit, Wilson said her supervisor made her work life miserable and enforced the ugly, angry black woman stereotype with allegations that he referred to her using racist language and other abusive insults. During trial, the supervisor denied wrongdoing, and testimony also showed that an internal investigation had not substantiated the offensive language. But the jury still came back and held the city liable, which tells you they found the broader pattern of discrimination, harassment, and retaliation credible enough to cost Fresno millions. And this is the part that keeps happening in workplaces across America. Black employees are expected to absorb disrespect quietly, stay professional, while being mistreated, and then somehow get painted as the problem when they react like human beings. I know that damn shit is right. They forced me to say sorry to a bitch that lied on my ass. I said, I'm sorry that you lied on me, bitch. I didn't say bitch, but I didn't give a very good apology. That's all I can say. That bitch right there. You ain't getting that much respect from me. Don't lie on me. Never do that. Anyways, according to the lawsuit, yeah, I said that. Let's see here now. And this, okay, I said okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Wilson reportedly exploded in court and called city officials liars, and frankly, after years on this mess, that response sounds less like instability and more like accumulated clarity. Meanwhile, Fresno officials are already discussing whether to appeal because apparently the city's budget becomes sacred only after racism gets a price tag attached to it. So shout out to her for seeing it through. 7 years is a long time to fight a city that clearly thought she'd get tired first. Shit, I've been fighting a damn apartment complex for almost 2 years now. I keep forgetting about the bitch. Anyways, the city, she'd get tired first, and they gambled, they lost, and now the bill is due. That verdict will not undo what she experienced, but it does send a message. Just because a workplace normalizes anti-black treatment does not mean a jury has to. Sometimes justice takes forever, but when it arrives, it can show up with receipts and interest. I know that's right, so I'm glad for her. Good job, girl, and I hope to see you on the other side. Let's keep moving on, because this one I thought was pretty good, because all you did was rear somebody up fucking with them. You remember these people got arrested doing their job, being journalists. Well, one of them decided she wasn't playing with them, and all you did was piss her off. So, good for her. Now, this needs a careful frame because some of the folks are reported, but parts of the larger narrative are still contested and wrapped in an activism, press freedom arguments, and pending legal proceedings. What is documented is this. Journalist Georgia Fort and broadcaster Don Lemon were arrested after covering an anti-ICE protest connected to a church in Minnesota, and both have faced federal charges tied to conspiracy and interfering with worship rights. Multiple press freedom and immigrant right groups have treated the arrest as a major First Amendment issue, especially because that involves journalists covering a politically charged protest. Ford had spoken publicly about how the arrest changed her, saying in essence the federal charges will grow you up real fast, and honestly, of course they will. 1 minute you're reporting, the next minute the state is reminding you exactly how uncomfortable power gets when people document what it would rather keep messy and unseen. The concern is amplified by this history here. Reporters have absolutely been detained while covering protests before, including high-profile cases during the George Floyd demonstrations. Now, some of the surrounding details in the write-up is like specific unalivings, targeted harassment linked to ICE, contract losses caused by anti-DEI politics, and broader symbolic framing appear to come from commentary or advocacy-style reporting rather than hard, independently confirmed wire reporting. So I would treat parts of in your interpretation, unless you've got an original article talking about this. What is safe and solid for this is black journalists, especially independent ones, are operating in a climate where covering protest, immigration crackdowns, and state power can come with a real personal risk. And that's why this story matters. Black press has always had to do two jobs at once: report the truth and survive the backlash for reporting it. America loves a free press slogan right up until the press shows up where the government is actually acting ugly. Then suddenly folks start getting real creative with handcuffs, charges, and selective outrage. So whether people agree with Fort, Lemon, the protesters, or the tactics used that day, one thing is clear. When journalists can be swept up with covering dissent, that should make everybody nervous, because they're trying to hide shit from us. Because freedom of the press is real, cute in theory, but it only matters when it protects reporting people. I can't read tonight. Reporting people in power actually hate. It's fucked up. That's all it is. But let's continue, because you already know this shit is coming, and a lot of you motherfucking MAGAs voted this shit in. So now we have to deal with the aftermath. Isn't that lovely, you dirty bastards? Let's look at this story here. Let me make that bigger so y'all can see it. States prepare for possible Drumpf interference in the 2026 elections. Bastards. Now here we go again with election chaos, because apparently one national's nervous breakdown every cycle is no longer enough. Election officials in several Democratic-led states are reportedly preparing now for possible federal interference in the 2026 midterms. And a big reason is the FBI raid on Fulton County election offices back on November 28th. Let me see what you said. Really feels like we don't have a constitutional rights anymore. No, we don't. But I still carry around the Bill of Rights when I go out. At least I try to remember to keep it in my purse. Anyways, that raid involved the seizure of the 2020 election materials and, according to later reporting, grew out of debunked fraud claims pushed by election deniers and a referral from Drumpf allied attorney Kurt Olson, who now serves in the administration as Director of Election Security and Integrity. I fucking hate this country. That is what has the officials spooked, because once federal agents start raiding local election offices over zombie fraud claims, they should have stayed buried years ago. The message is obvious. No one can assume the old playbook is dead. Reuters reported that officials are now thinking through legal and operational responses the way they would prepare for a serious emergency. In other words, they are treating federal interference as something to plan for, not some wild fantasy cooked up on a message board at 3 a.m. And I believe them. There's also legal backdrop making everybody even more alert. In Boyce versus Illinois State Board of Elections, decided January 14th, 2026, the U.S. Supreme Court held that candidates have standing to challenge certain vote counting rules in their own races. That case did not decide the underlying mail ballot dispute, but it widened the door for candidates to sue earlier and more aggressively over election administration. You motherfuckers really must want to go down with the boat. Scholars say that kind of ruling could become part of a broader legal toolkit in future election fights. And let's be honest, the deeper issue is trust. States are looking at the 2020 aftermath, the January 26 Georgia raid, past executive efforts to expand federal control over elections, and ongoing lawsuits around voter rolls and ballot rules and they're concluding that passivity is not a plan. So they're getting ready now. Because after years of election lies, power grabs, and just asking questions nonsense, officials are no longer assuming the federal government will simply behave itself because it's like a bunch of kids. No, they're not helping at all. And frankly, in this environment, assuming that you would be serious as hell. I need to go check if I'm registered, because fucking Texas. I know we're in a blue state, but just in case. Now here comes some shit. I hope these people win big too, because I hate when they fuck with us. I really do. Look at this shit here. NYC Ulta Beauty Salon sued after telling black customer and her daughter it doesn't do their kind of hair. What kind of hair? Motherfucker, you know how many kinds of hair black folks have? Shit, I got a different kind of hair. Shit, I had a black woman tell me she hated the kind of hair I had. Fuck. A black woman named Lauren Smith has filed a lawsuit against Ulta Beauty after she says she and her 7-year-old daughter were denied salon service at an Ulta store in New York. Usually they just fuck your hair up. I've had that done. That's why I don't go to those places no more. Shit. It always look like you got a hat on. Fuck. Anyways, has filed a lawsuit against Ulta Beauty after she says she and her 7-year-old daughter were denied services in New York. And according to the lawsuit, the reason they were allegedly turned away was their hair. Not because they were late, not because I didn't know they had I didn't even know they had salons. I would never go to an Ulta place because honestly, I don't trust their makeup. So I definitely don't trust my hair, but they must have trusted. I don't know. The reason they were turned away was their hair. Let's see. Not because the salon was closed, because employees allegedly said they do not do their kind of hair, quote unquote. I hope they win their lawsuit. Me too. In the year 2026 in New York, with all these diversity campaigns, curated commercials full of brown faces and affirmations, you mean to tell me a black mother and her little girl show up for an appointment and are allegedly told in front of other people their texture is the problem? Baby, that is not a misunderstanding. That's humiliation with overhead lighting. Man, I probably would have smacked the shit out that woman. Honestly, I have a temper. And what makes it worse is the little girl reportedly left asking questions about her hair and why there were brown girls in the ads if they weren't actually welcome. That part right there, that's the real damage, because adults know how to process discrimination even when it hurts. A child just hears something about me is wrong, and what kind of wound can sit in a child's spirit way longer than any company press release? You know how much work you got to do to build that child's esteem up if you have to sit up there and literally tell her it's because they don't like your hair? Fuck that shit, man. According to the complaint, the stylist allegedly said she was not comfortable doing their texture, and the manager reportedly backed that up by criticizing them for not identifying what kind of hair they had when they booked. Motherfuckers shouldn't have to. Exactly. A hairstylist should be able to do any kind of hair. A real hairstylist. Shit. But I understand, because that's why I go to black folks. Fuck you. People telling me I need to go to a Dominican. I'd rather go to a black folks. How about that? I'm not Dominican. How about that? I am half Cape Verdean and black, which is just black. Anyways, so now the burden is on black customers to submit a curl pattern dissertation in advance just to be treated like human beings. No ma'am, no ham, no spam. If you run a salon, especially in a state with laws requiring stylists to be trained across hair types and textures, then we don't do your kind of hair is not customer service. That's a confession. Shit, I went to a Super Sam's once and they figured something out. They did something with my fucking hair. I didn't leave unimpressed. Shit. I didn't know they could do your hair look like cornrows when your hair is really just that short. But they did it. And this is exactly why folks get tired. Why folks get tired of these companies performing inclusion instead of practicing it. Ulta has spent years talking about diversity, equity, and belonging. Cute slogans, beautiful campaigns, soft lighting, but all of that everywhere is welcome. Everyone is welcome here talk means nothing if the second a black woman sits in the chair, staff start acting like textured hair is an exotic emergency. The lawsuit says this violated New York human rights laws and cosmetology training requirements. And honestly, it should raise bigger questions about how many other women had the same experience, but just swallowed it and left. Because usually when one person finally sues, that means other folks got the same energy and didn't have the time, money, or nerve to fight back. So no, this isn't just about one appointment. It's about whether beauty spaces really mean all beauty or only the beauty they're comfortable with. Because believe me, some of the beauty y'all think is beauty is I'm very uncomfortable with. I don't like it at all. But real talk, this next one, I'm going to bring it down. She deserves her respect. It's history. So we're going to stop this. And this next story is going to involve some education. So if you're not interested in education, move your ass on. Before I do it, though, I need a small little break, so I'm going to do my little promos as well. If you like what I'm doing, if you don't like what I'm doing, let me know in the comments. Hit me up. Like, share, subscribe, join, whatever the hell you want to do. Just help me because I'm trying to build a community. Now, this next company, it is a black-owned company, black woman-owned company. If you're interested in CBD, or if you're interested in your lips popping, or if you're interested in both, check out CBD Honey Lips. All right, black-owned business. Check it out. All right, give me a second. I forgot to move it. I was so busy doing something else. Oh, wait. Not yet. I forgot to tell y'all. Yeah, I gotta do the... Where is it?
Yo, there's so many, hey, there's so many, yo, there's so many, yo, there's so many lies. Look in my eyes, they know I'm the truth. They know that. Knocking them down every time I step in the booth. We ain't gotta lie, they know we the vibe, we living in proof. Young conscious, you my life a movie, I live in a spoof. Ain't no sticking around, I'm on the move, I'm checking the deuce. Yeah, it's only us two, so you know we copping that coupe. We on the roof, smoking dope, look at the view. Yeah, we used to chill on the stoop, now we out here breaking the news. It ain't shit.
All right. Whoops. Here we go. How Angela Davis predicted the modern face of fascism in 1971. I didn't want y'all to be bothered by that ugly ass visage, so I went and scribbled that shit out. So let's talk about this. So let's get into a story that is less breaking news and more y'all should have been listening. Y'all really should have been listening. This is a black woman. I know y'all be making fun of us. Yeah, this is a black woman talking though. There's renewed attention on a warning Angela Davis gave more than 50 years ago when she said America was close to fascism than many people wanted to admit. And let's be honest, for a long time, people treated that kind of language like dramatic activism. Like she was doing too much. Like black radicals were just being extra. But now, in 2026, with the kind of power grabs, executive overreach, militarized crackdowns, and open contempt for democracy we've all been watching, suddenly people are acting shocked like this came out of nowhere. I have a real question though. Will all of the damn people, all of the damn soldiers go to jail after this shit? Because this is an illegal war and they're doing something illegal? I'm just curious. I mean, that would really boost up penitentiary business. Those fucking private owned penitentiaries, yeah, not good. Anyways, so suddenly people are acting shocked like this came out of nowhere. No, baby. Some people saw the storm while others were busy rating the new wallpaper. Angela Davis talked about fascism as something that develops, something that grows, organizes, tests boundaries. They testing the shit out of ours, regroups, and then consolidates. That part is important because people love to imagine authoritarianism as one dramatic movie scene. I've lived with it. I know what to see. My mother is one. One speech, one tank, one instant takeover. But real fascist behavior usually creeps. It normalizes. It floods the zone with chaos until people get tired, numb, or too distracted to fight back. And that is why so many people are using that word now. Not because it's edgy, because they are looking at the pattern. You've got a political climate where the opposition gets demonized, the military gets discussed like a domestic tool, executive power keeps stretching, and the courts hand out more protection to the presidency than common sense should allow. The folks want to clutch pearls, and when people say, hey, this is looking real fascist over here, what exactly do they want us to call it? Spicy patriotism? Because it ain't. This motherfucker don't give a shit about us. He is trying to gut the fuck out of this country. Now he asking for more money, talking about we should be happy to pay taxes. No, bitch. Make the rich motherfuckers pay their taxes then. If I'm not paying extra for fucking rich motherfuckers, fuck you. I will leave this country. And yes, prominent political figures have used that label when talking about Drumpf, including people who work right next to him. That matters, but what matters even more is that black thinkers, organizers, and scholars have been warning about this country's authoritarian temptations forever. I've been telling y'all for 3 years. Before this fucker even got into office again, I've been telling y'all. And I did never shut up about that damn Project 2025, and now we're in the midst of that bitch. They understood that a nation built on racial hierarchy does not need to invent repression from scratch. It just updates the packaging. That's why this conversation matters for black folks in particular, because we don't have the luxury of pretending anti-democratic behavior is some shocking foreign concept. We know what state violence looks like. We know what suppression looks like. We know what it means when law and order start sounding like a threat instead of a promise. So when Angela Davis' words resurface now, it is not because she suddenly became relevant. She's been relevant. The difference is more people are finally catching up. Late as hell, but catching up. You late motherfuckers. I mean, I caught up to that shit by the time I was 6, bitch. That's sad. My mother had disenfranchised my brain by then. That's what the uncomfortable part, because once authoritarian behavior becomes normalized, people start adapting to it instead of resisting it. They start debating tone instead of confronting danger. That is how bad things get room to grow. So no, this story is not really about whether Angela Davis was dramatic. It's about how often black truth gets diminished and dismissed right up until everybody else is forced to live inside of it. And motherfucker, I still say we need to do a mass expeditiously, as T.I. would say. We need to do a mass expedition. Expedus, yes. Or, in other words, a mass migration. We did it before, and we need to do it again. We just gonna have to get used to snow. Shit, I hate snow. Moving on. Max Robinson, the first black anchor who told the truth for a living but couldn't tell his own. That is so sad. It sounds like life. All right, so this is a Black History Legend shout out, because Max Robinson was not just a pioneer. He was a man carrying an entire racial burden in a business that loved his talent but was never fully comfortable with his blackness. Max Robinson became the first black anchor of nightly news broadcast in America when he joined ABC World News Tonight in 1978. That alone should put his name in every conversation about black journalism. But before he ever reached that level, he was already fighting white discomfort in the newsroom. Early in his career, one station literally hid his face behind a static slide because they were afraid white viewers would object to seeing a black man deliver the news. That is bullshit. He must have really needed that money. Imagine being hired for your voice, your skill, your professionalism, but somebody still decides your face is too much democracy for the audience. The audience kiss my ass if that's the case. And Max being Max, he eventually forced the issue, because some people make history politely and some people make it by saying, to hell with this foolishness. By the time he got to ABC, he was polished, powerful, respected, and visibly carrying the kind of authority that made people sit up straighter when he spoke. But being the first also meant being isolated. His co-anchors were in other cities. Executives were not exactly lining up to be his allies. And he lived with pressure black professionals know too well. That every mistake you make gets treated like a referendum on your whole race. He once described himself as feeling like a monument 24 hours a day. And whew, that line hurts because it's so real. Being the first sounds glamorous until you realize it often means being the loneliest person in the room. What you say? This country is something else. That's why I say it, and I keep saying it. If America was a friend, I would never want that damn friend. I'd rather an enemy. Shit. I'm safer with the enemy. At least I know where the damn objective is. Anyways, and Max did not just sit there and collect paychecks while smiling through the nonsense. He criticized the media openly for how it covered black people. He called out racial bias. He demanded more black producers and fair representation. He understood that being the face on camera meant very little if the whole machine behind the camera was still warped. That is why he helped found the National Association of Black Journalists in 1975. Because one black face at the anchor desk is not structural change. That is visibility, not freedom. But let's also tell the truth about the personal cost. Max Robinson struggled deeply in his later years. The pressure, the isolation, the fight, the industry politics, all of it took a toll. He battled alcoholism, depression, and serious health issues, and he died in 1988 at just 49 years old from complications related to AIDS. And because people are messy, even in death, there was all kind of speculations and gossip around his illness instead of the full dignity he deserved. So when we talk about Max Robinson, we should not flatten him to just the first black anchor. He was brilliant, defiant, wounded, necessary, and honest enough to say the industry was broken while still standing inside it. That matters because too often black trailblazers get celebrated in a way that erases what the trail did to their feet. Woo! You don't want to look at their feet. Moving on in history, because I felt like we need to hear about this woman. Tammy Terrell, the Ivy League scholar who deserved better than Motown's saddest ending. Why is it that most of Motown just had horrible endings? The fuck? I mean, the A-listers, they all had bad endings. Tragic. Let's talk about Tammy Terrell, because some of the most beautiful voices in music came wrapped in the deepest pain. Tammy Terrell was born to Thomasina Winfred Montgomery. Whoa, that's a name. In Philadelphia, and from early on, she had that kind of voice people noticed immediately. Church singing, talent shows, background vocals, the talent was obvious. She was smart too. An honor student with a full scholarship to the University of Pennsylvania. So let's stop right there and respect the range, gifted, ambitious, and capable of going into multiple directions. But music pulled her harder, and eventually she followed it. And like too many young women in entertainment, her road to stardom came with predators and abuse. As a child, she survived a horrific essay that reportedly left her with migraines for the rest of her life. Poor baby. Later in adulthood, she had abusive relationships with powerful men, including James Brown and David Ruffin. Ugh. That is a brutal pattern. A woman with extraordinary talent, surrounded by men who either benefited from her glow, damaged her peace, or both. Then Motown enters the picture. Berry Gordy renamed her Tammy Terrell and pairs her with Marvin Gaye. And musically, magic. Absolute magic. Ain't no mountain high enough. You're all I need to get by. Ain't nothing like the real thing. Those records still hit because the chemistry felt real. Their voices had the push and pull, the warmth, that ache. It sounded like two people breathing the same song. But give me a second. But while the world was enjoying the music, Tammy's body was already in crisis. In 1967, she collapsed on stage during a performance with Marvin Gaye and was later diagnosed with a brain tumor. Fuck. And from there, it was one surgery after another, one medical setback after another, while she was still painfully young. Think about that. A woman in her early 20s, one of the signature voices of an era, dealing with repeated surgeries, declining health, and a future that kept getting smaller. Her final years were devastating. Wheelchair use, blindness, hair loss, weight loss, more procedures, more suffering, and then she died in 1970 before her 25th birthday. That's horrible. 24, that is barely enough time to know yourself, let alone leave the kind of legacy she did. Her death hit Marvin Gaye hard and is often discussed as one of the tragedies that deepened his sadness and shaped the emotional world that later came through. My eyes are trying it. Nope. Not gonna do it. Later came through in What's Going On. And honestly, when you listen to back to those duets, now there is a added layer of grief because you know how little she had. Tammy Terrell should be remembered not as just Marvin Gaye's duet partner, but as a force in her own right. Brilliant, tender, resilient, and failed by too many people around her. Her story is one of the talents blooming under pressure and being taken far too soon. And that is why her music still feels alive, because even after everything, the joy in her voice never fully left. Rest in power, Queen. Rest in power. We're not done, because I told you something about those damn singers in the 60s and the 70s. They did not end well. I don't know why. It seemed like it was cursed or something. Whew, none of them went unscathed. Check this story out right here. Oh, Lord have mercy. We loved Donny Hathaway's angelic voice while he was trapped in a private hell. Now, when we talk about geniuses in black music, Donny Hathaway belongs in that conversation every single time. Born in Chicago and raised in St. Louis, Donny Hathaway came up in church around gospel, around real music shit. He was not one of those artists who just stumbled into talent. That man was drenched in music from the beginning. People around him noticed early that he had something different, especially on the piano. Folks around literally watched his hands, and when people are staring at your hands in church, not because you done messed up, but because you're that cold, yeah, the gift was already there. He studied classical piano, earned a scholarship to Howard University, and built relationships there that would shape his life, including with Roberta Flack. Then he went on to work with major names like Curtis Mayfield, Aretha Franklin, and the Staple Singers before stepping out as a solo artist. By the time he released The Ghetto and later This Christmas, my mother has that on one of her playlists, he had already proven he was not just a singer. He was a writer, arranger, producer, musician, a full package. And with Roberta Flack, he created some of the most beautiful duets ever recorded. Where Is the Love still sounds like two grown souls gliding. But as with so many brilliant artists, behind the beauty was pain. It's always pain. But with, let's see here now. Donny Hathaway struggled with severe mental health challenges, including depression and later a diagnosis of paranoid schizophrenia. And I want to pause here because this matters too. Too often people talk about artists like him only in terms of genius and tragedy, but skip the reality of what mental illness can do, how it can isolate, interrupt your work, and strain your relationship, and leave you trapped inside your own mind while the world still expects greatness on demand. By the mid-1970s, his condition, medication issues, and substance uses were affecting both his career and his family life. His marriage suffered, his professional momentum got harder to maintain, and then in 1979, he died after falling from his hotel room in New York at just 33 years old. 33. That's devastating. That's devastating enough by itself, but it becomes even heavier when you know he had recently been making music again and had performed with Roberta Flack, the same day. That kind of ending always feels especially cruel. Like you had just hoped they had just walked back in the room and tragedy shoved it right back out. And yet Donny Hathaway's legacy did not fade. It deepened because every holiday this Christmas comes back like a family member. I know it did in my house, and it will again. I don't celebrate it, but maybe my kids would like to. Every time somebody studies soul music seriously, his name rises again. Every time people talk about emotional honesty in a voice, his recordings still stand there like evidence. What made Donny Hathaway special was not just a technique, though he had plenty of that. It was the humanity in his soul, in his sound. You believed him. Whether he was singing joy, longing, heaviness, tenderness, it all felt lived in. Nothing about him sounded fake. And beyond that, and maybe that is why his music still reaches people that way. He was not performing emotion. He was opening the door and letting you sit inside with him. So yes, Donny Hathaway was a genius, but he was also a man carrying pain that talent could not cancel. Sometimes with black artists, that is the hard truth. The same death that makes that an extraordinary art can also come from places of suffering we never fully see. And I'm telling you, a lot of them have horror stories. Even the ones that made it to complete adulthood and grandparentship. Whoo, that was a mess. Let me bring that down. Now, I know some of y'all also know that I used to do or will do again once I get my head back on straight, affirmations, weekly affirmations, because I'm not doing shit every day. I don't have that kind of focus. But what I will do is I saw this story and I felt like it was good and it would be good for the soul. So if you're interested in going in it with me, let's check this one out. Give me just a second. Flowers. Okay, so Reverend A. Marie Walker's weekly inspiration, March 22nd, 2026. This is a reflection moment than anything else, but honestly, sometimes the spirit needs a mic too. The message here comes from Romans 12:17-19, and is simple, hard, and necessary. Do not repay evil with evil. Be honest in how you move. Try to live peacefully with people when you can. And most importantly, do not take vengeance into your own hands. Scripture says plainly, vengeance is mine, and I will repay, saith the Lord. Now, let's be honest. That is easier. That's easier to quote than it is to live. Believe me, it is. I be wanting to get them. Because when people violate you, lie on you, disrespect you, sabotage you, or smile in your face while doing dirt behind your back, the flesh absolutely has ideas, immediate ideas, creative ideas, detailed ideas. I be having detailed ideas. So when the Bible tells you to not avenge yourself, it's not because what happened did not matter. It's because revenge has a way of dragging you into the same pit you're trying to climb out. Look what the hell happened in the Middle East right now. Look what's happening. And that's a part of a lot of people miss. That's a part a lot of people miss. Holding on to vengeance can make you feel powerful for a minute, but over time it becomes a burden. You keep replaying what they did. You keep fantasizing about a come up. You keep feeding the wound. Meanwhile, the other person may be sleeping just fine, moisturizing and unbothered, while you are up at 2 a.m. spiritually shadowboxing. It's not peace, it's emotional self-harm in church clothing. Now, Walker's interpretation of this is the battle is not ours, it's the Lord's. Release it and give it to the Messiah. And honestly, that hits because some fights are above our pay grade. Some justice is bigger than what your own hands can accomplish. Sometimes protecting your peace means stepping back. I have to, because sometimes the news, I'll be wanting to double slap, mollywop, and anything to some of these people on the news. Whew. Stepping back and letting God deal with what you cannot fix without becoming somebody you do not want to be. That does not mean be weak. It does not mean be stupid. It does not mean keep giving people access to hurt you. Boundaries are biblical too. You can forgive and still block. You can release revenge and still remove yourself. You can pray for peace and still stop answering foolishness. So the takeaway here is not to be passive. The takeaway is do not poison yourself trying to punish somebody else. Tell the truth. Move with integrity. Protect your spirit. Let God handle the final bill. Because some people really are out here writing checks with their behavior that only heaven can cash. Believe me, I ain't got money to be sitting up there just spending. So I'm sure whatever I'm putting in, it'll come back. We're going to stay in that good news thing because this is something I wish I had when I was growing up. I struggled with my hair, my natural hair, because the fact that in my eyes, I was Afrocentrically, brainwashed. I wanted straight hair. I wanted everything to be right. But this story right here is his home. So check it out. Give me a second here. Natural hair thrives at Harlem After School Club. Lord, I needed that when I was little. Because, I wanted my hair straight like all the girls that were permanent hair. And I just couldn't stand it. My hair was curly and thick. And people just looked at it and just said nappy. I always got called nappy. And my hair wasn't really nappy. It was thick and I had a lot. That's basically what it was. Because it stayed combed. They kept it in braids and ponytails. That shit was long. Anyways. This here is beautiful. At Patrick Henry Preparatory School, a 4th grade teacher named Jade Lambert, I might know that girl, started a natural hair club for black and brown girls. And I love this story because it is doing something schools often overlook, affirming children in ways that actually reach their identity. This club has been going for 2 years, and it is not some cute little side activity where folks just play in combs for 15 minutes and go home. No, these girls are learning real natural hair care. They are learning hair types, routine detangling, washing, styling, and protective styles. They are getting hands-on knowledge about their own crowns, which is something a lot of adults had to painfully teach themselves later in life. I know I was one. And let me say this plainly. Black hair education is not shallow. It is not extra. It's not vanity. It's culture, it's history, it's confidence. Because hair in black communities has always been bigger than appearance. Hair is bonding, it's memory, kitchen conversations, auntie wisdom, black mama hands, Saturday routines, sometimes Sunday routines, and stories passed down while somebody parts your scalp a little too hard and tells you to hold still. I decided to try taking a nap on a knee. A nap on a knee. Big ass knees. Because my parents, they were athletes. Big ass knees. I laid on that knee and tried to fall asleep till my head got yanked. Anyways. So when a school makes some room for that, they are not just hosting a club. They are validating a part of black girlhood that too often gets mocked, misunderstood, or ignored. And the part that gets me is that that is what inspired Lambert to start it. She noticed insecurities in her students. She saw some of the girls that did not feel good about their hair. And after helping one upset student before picture day, she decided hair care could matter inside school, not just out of it. That is teaching right there. Not just here's the worksheet. I'm gonna tell you right now, people used to try to do my hair while I was in school. I'd go in one hairstyle and come back in another. And my mom told me, stop letting them people play in your hair. But they like to do it. But I see a need that affects how you feel about yourself, and I'm going to address it. And that matters, because if a child is ashamed of something natural about themselves, that shame will show up everywhere else, in pictures, in class participation, in confidence, in how they carry themselves. And this club is pushing back on that. It's telling these girls, your hair is not a problem. Your texture is not a burden. Your beauty does not need approval to exist. And that's powerful. The club has support too, from the school principal through a Department of Education grant, which is good, because schools love talking about inclusion, but inclusion gets real when you fund it. So shout out to Jade Lambert and those girls. Because teaching black children how to care for and love themselves is not a small thing. That is a community thing. That is a legacy thing. That is a let me help you stand taller before the world starts trying to shrink you thing. And baby, we need more of that. Oh, I think I'm starting to lose my accent. That might be a good thing. I don't know. But moving on. This one is education, so let's check it out. Damn, I drank all that. I keep forgetting. Now this deserves attention because people love talking about teachers, principals, and test scores. But school counselors, they shape a whole lot more than folks realize. They send people to my house. Shit. Research shows black students often do better academically and emotionally when they have access to black school counselors, people who understand their cultural context, communicate with nuance, and can catch problems before they turn into punishment. But the number of black counselors is still way too low. Fewer than 1 in 10 school counselors are black, and the number has reportedly dropped in recent years. We had a white one. In a 99% black school, we had a white school counselor. And she wasn't that bad. I don't know. Anyways, because the stupid teachers, the white teachers sent me to them. Anyways, and that shortage matters because children do not need paperwork managers. They need adults who actually see them. A culturally aware counselor can recognize the difference between attitude, stress, and between attitude and stress, between disrespect and communication style, between a student acting out and a student crying for help in the only language they know. One school counselor, Burnell Elsley Jr., gave an example of a black boy being disciplined for yelling at a white administrator when in context, the boy's communication style reflected where he was from and not some grand act of rebellion. The kind of understanding can literally be a difference between intervention and punishment. And too often, black students do not get that grace. Lord knows they need it. Instead of, give me a second here. Okay, I'm over here. Okay. Instead, they get labeled too loud, too angry, too aggressive, too much. I was told too talkative. Now, here is the other side of the problem. A lot of black counselors leave because the profession can be isolating as hell. They are often the only black person in the role, especially at mostly white schools. They deal with microaggression, lack of support, system frustration, and the exhausting reality of constantly translating black children's humanity to people who should not need subtitles. So yes, we need more black counselors, but we also need systems that actually keep them. One counselor mentioned in this story, Gabrielle Brundridge, said her own school counselor changed her life by making her feel seen and empowered. Now she is doing that for her students in Georgia, many of whom come from underserved neighborhoods dealing with crime and instability. That is what work looks like when it's done right, not just scheduled changes and college forms. Real encouragement, real guidance, real protection. There are some efforts underway. Los Angeles has put serious money into its Black Student Achievement Plan, and Marquette got a federal grant to expand counseling and diversify the field. Good, because black children deserve support that does not feel foreign. At the end of the day, school counselors are often the adults helping students survive some of the hardest years of their lives. So if black students are telling us they need counselors who understand them, then the answer should not be debate. The answer should be recruitment, support, and retention. Because children should not have to explain their humanity before they can receive care. I know that's right. And now we're going to keep moving on. We're going to move into... Let me see here now. I believe this is this is more of a school education as well. I did that twice. Why teaching black history is sacred work. This is a reminder. After the death of Claudette Colvin, a lot of people suddenly realized they barely knew her story or had never been taught it properly at all. And that says a lot about black history and how it's handled in this country. Folks get in the same tiny handful of names every year, the same safest version of the same stories, then act like that is a full education. It is not. It is a sampler platter with half the truth missing. So because schools leave out so much, the responsibility often falls to families, grandparents, churches, and community elders to fill in the gaps. They did for me. And thank God for them. Because for a lot of black children, the first real history teachers are not in the classroom. They are grandma in the kitchen, grandpa in the living room with the book, aunties after church, family reunions, church plays, black sermons, dance recitals, somebody pointing at an old photo saying, "Let me tell you who you come from." That matters more than people realize. Because black history is not just slavery and struggle. It is inventions, medicine, architecture, music, scholarship, resistance, beauty, philosophy, political power, spiritual strength. It is ancient and modern at the same time. And when children learn that early, they stop seeing themselves as an afterthought in history and start seeing themselves as part of a lineage. That is a powerful protection. This story mentions scriptures like Deuteronomy 6 through 12. Deuteronomy chapter 6, 6 through Deuteronomy 6, chapter 6 through 12. There we go. Which speaks about teaching these diligently to your children. And honestly, that fits because passing down the truth is sacred work. It is not just informational, it is spiritual. It helps a child build a healthy self-concept before the world starts trying to hand them a distorted one. And there is research backing that up too. Children with strong cultural pride tend to show higher academic engagement, more confidence, less vulnerability, and internalized bias. In plain English, when a child knows they come from brilliance, they are harder to psychologically colonize. That is why Claudette Colvin matters. That is why Ida B. Wells matters. I know who she is. Let me keep going. I'm going to have to give my kid that damn book. That is why Shirley Chisholm, Fannie Lou Hamer, Paul Robinson, Mary Anderson, Barbara Jordan, Fred Hampton, and so many others matter. Because when children know who stood before them, they stand differently. And I really love the phrase in this piece about tapping into ancestral intelligence. Whew, that'll preach. Because none of us got here alone. We are walking through doors somebody else got hit trying to open. So yes, schools should matter, absolutely. And they should do better. But until they do, black families and black churches will keep doing what they have always done. Preserving us, teaching us, and reminding our children that they do not come from nothing. They come from people who survived the impossible and still left instructions. All right. That is it for the good news and all that educational stuff. We're going to go ahead and move into celebrity news. But before that, I'm going to go ahead and do my commercial as always. If you like what I'm doing, if you don't like what I'm doing, let me know in the comments. Just don't come at me silly. Like, share, subscribe, join, help me create a community because we really need one right now. And I'll be right back.
It's just me and the fam. 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 Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little they say that's my girl, that's my mascot. The ones go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with the racks out. Stay inside the house, turned.
Okay, and we're back. I forgot to bring it up. Hold on. There it is. All about Nene Leakes' long-awaited return. Alright, you already know I side-eye reality TV as a genre because half of its wigs, fake beef, broken friendships, and manufactured chaos with ring light. But since this is in the news, let's go ahead and talk about it. Nene Leakes is officially returning to Bravo for the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, and fans of Housewives universe are acting like a long-lost auntie just came back to the cookout with all the tea and none of the patience. Now, whether you watch these shows religiously or just catch the clips against your will on social media, that's what happens to me, one thing is true. Nene is one of the most recognizable figures to ever come out of that Bravo machine. Love her or not, she has presence. She has quotable lines. She has meme history. She has the kind of personality that can make a room shift the minute she enters it. And that is actually why her return is a big deal. Especially because this is not just some casual pop-in. Nene's history with Bravo has been messy. She left Real Housewives of Atlanta later, got into a legal fight with the network and Andy Cohen, and things looked real strained for a while. So for her to now return as part of the 20-year Housewives celebration, damn, 20 years? That's too much drama. That tells you some bridges got rebuilt, at least patched up enough for cameras and contracts. Nene herself seems genuinely happy in her announcement, thanking producers and even Andy Cohen, giving love to Federa Parks, I don't know who these people are, and Portia Williams for advocating for her. And in classic Nene fashion, she did not come back quietly. She basically told the girls to pick their faces up off the floor because she is back. And now I will say this. Even if you do not respect reality TV as high art, I know I don't, you cannot ignore how much cultural impact these women have had. Catchphrases, gifs, internet moments, entire reaction cultures. A lot of that came from black women on these shows carrying entertainment while the networks cash checks in. So yes, I may still sideline the whole genre because grown folks arguing over seating arrangements and brunch shade is not exactly my ministry. But if Bravo is doing a 20-year victory lap, Nene absolutely belongs in the conversation. Because you cannot celebrate the machine and act like one of the loudest engines did not matter. So no, I'm not about to start binge watching reunion episodes with a notebook and a snack tray. But I will admit this return makes sense, and if Nene shows up with her usual energy, she's probably about to remind everybody exactly why people never stopped talking about her in the first place. They really didn't. This woman been off that show for the longest, and I still see more about her than I do about them. That's a hot mess right there. But moving on.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
This hot mess here. Kamala Harris weighs in on information and Nicki Minaj's fans fire back. First of all, what the hell? Nicki Minaj's fans, you barbs. I feel like you might be Black MAGA. I really do. I'm not saying you support that orangutan. I'm just saying you might really, hold on, give me a second here. Nene has been a reality legend. Yes, girl, you missed it. I saw you go zero. Yeah, I'm not sure. Did you see me do the Tammy Terrell story and the Donny Hathaway one? If not, I did it. Anyways, let's continue with this. This is a hot mess. Y'all barbs, I don't know. Y'all still fighting for this girl. She done basically told you she don't give a shit about you, but you still fighting for her. So okay, I think this is Stockholm as well. Let's talk about what happens when politics crashes into stan culture, because that is exactly what happened when Kamala Harris made some comments about misinformation and folks immediately connected it to Nicki Minaj. Yeah, they are. Kamala was on a podcast talking about how misinformation spreads, sometimes on purpose, sometimes because people really do not know better, and she made the point that before we can even have a serious conversation, we need to at least be working with the same facts. She put it simply, 2 + 2 is still 4, even though they keep trying to tell us it's 10. That was her way of saying reality should not be up for remix just because somebody has a big platform and a microphone. I would have thought she was talking about the orangutan. Now, she did not come out swinging directly at Nicki. She did not say her name with a full attack package. She was actually pretty careful. But Nicki's fan base, the Barbs, heard enough to decide that Mama Kamala had thrown shade. And baby, they hit social media like it was a fire drill. You dumbass motherfuckers. I thought she was talking about that damn enemy of the state. Your asses thought she was... You probably felt guilty. That's probably why you felt that way. You felt guilty. Tell the truth, you felt guilty, you dumbass motherfuckers. You know damn well she wasn't talking about y'all. You're ignorant. That's all there is to it. I rewind to watch those stories. I had a phone call about a community event I'm working on. Oh, that's good. Okay, so let's see. I don't know why they thought it was about her ass. Anyways, suddenly timelines were flooded with people calling Harris condescending, fake, out of touch, and all the rest of that. Look, I'm not a Kamala fan, but I wouldn't go after her for that shit. Nicki supporters were doing that fan armies do best. I thought they had finally jumped shit when she said she was MAGA. What the hell happened? The fuck? I don't get it. Y'all are some very fair weather people. Acting like criticism of their fave is somehow a federal human rights violation. Did she say anything else about the heifer? Because honestly, I thought she was talking about that orangutan in the office. And this is exactly why I say side-eyeing celebrities in politics. Because a lot of these entertainers have fan bases bigger than local news audiences, and they know it. So when they repeat shaky talking points, like Nigeria, which was wrong, blur facts with vibes, or flirt with right-wing nonsense for attention, the fallout is real. Their fans do not always hear it as celebrity opinion. They hear it as gospel with a beat behind it. I don't. That heifer was dumb as hell. Yeah, they're like a cult. MAGA's like a cult, and the Barbs are like a cult. Y'all motherfuckers need to get a brain, okay? That heifer got played. That damn orangutan played all in her face. She heard about that shit. And then she realized motherfuckers wasn't dealing with her stupid ass no more. Use a stupid how. Use a stupid how. Yeah, that shit. It's kind of irritating. Anyway, the video is interesting, but the voice, ugh. Anyways, this is why this matters. Nicki has spent the last few years stepping into more political commentary, Cardi too, in ways that create confusion instead of clarity. And Kamala's broader point seemed to be, if we're going to survive another election cycle without all losing our mind, facts have to matter more than fandom. Hell yeah. And let me say this lovingly, but directly. Being rich, famous, and heavily filtered does not make somebody politically wise. A platinum plaque is not a policy credential. Just because somebody can sell out an arena does not mean they should be guided. Who the hell has money to go to the arena now? I just want to know that shit. But anyways, should not be guiding people through democracy like they are the Secretary of State with pink wigs. Kamala also made clear she is focused on the 2026 midterms, not running for governor of California, and she stayed vague about 2028. But honestly, the louder takeaway here is cultural. Celebrity and politics are now so tangled up that even one mild factual correction can trigger a full stand war. And y'all stands are weird. I only stand that damn chair from the Montgomery boat fight. That's the only thing I stand. And that right there is the problem, because when public discourse starts moving like fandom, the truth gets treated like shade, accountability gets called disrespect, and every serious issue turns into a popularity contest. That is not democracy. It's a fucking mess with a verified account. Please, I have too much shit to do without worrying about that. Now here goes some serious shade. These motherfuckers right here. It's a good thing I check the news weekly, because I would not have heard about this. I ain't seen shit about this, but check it out. One fucking day. Fuck it. I don't care. Papa Esidu opens up about racist backlash, death threats over a role in a Harry Potter reboot. Lord have mercy. Fucking Harry Potter. Man, please. I already got tricked once to watch fucking Lord of the Rings. Never again. Now, this is a reminder that racism will really find a way to embarrass itself over absolutely anything, including fictional wizards. Actor Papa Esidu has reportedly been hit with racist backlash and even death threats because he was cast as Professor Severus Snape. Isn't that the bad guy? This is all I know is some of the names, because they keep repeating the names. In the upcoming... Is that the one with no nose? I just remember somebody had no nose. I remember shit like that. No nose, no eyebrows. I be remembering it. Harry Potter reboot. Yes, a grown man is being threatened by playing a made-up character in a fantasy series about spells, broomsticks, and a school with moving staircases. That would have been too much stress for me. I had to drop out. That is where we are. According to reports, people have been sending him messages saying things like, "Quit or I'll murder you," and "I'm going to come to your house and unalive you" over a TV role. Y'all need a life. I'm very sure y'all are either single or some of the ugliest couples I ever seen in my life. Good grief. Over casting, over imagination. The level of pathetic here is almost athletic. And of course, the issue is that some people cannot handle seeing black actors step into a role they decided belongs to whiteness forever. We have seen this same tantrum before with Halle Bailey as Ariel, and the James Bond conversation around Idris Elba. I think he could have done it. I really think he could have done it. I actually would have watched James Bond for once. I hate those damn movies. How many are there? 100? And every time actors enter spaces that racist fans think should stay aesthetically segregated. Now let's be clear. This is not about artistic concern. These people are not writing think pieces on narrative integrity from a place of pure cinema passion. No, ma'am. This is the same old nonsense dressed up as fan loyalty. They are bothered because blackness showed up in a place they thought belonged exclusively to white imagination. Sometimes they take our own shit and say it's theirs. I don't know what to tell you. And what I actually respect about Esidu is that he is not folding. He said the abuse hurts because of course it is. He's human. But he also said it fuels him. He sees the role as a chance for children who look like him to feel included in the world. And that is the part racists never understand. Representation is not some shallow diversity checkbox. Sorry. It changes how children see possibility. It tells them fantasy belongs to them too. Because why should a black child be able to imagine dragons, magic, danger, and destiny, but not themselves at Hogwarts? Why would you want to go there anyways? Seriously, but that's just me. Exactly. So the real story here is not just that I can't say that boy's name. Esidu was threatened. It is that even now in 2026, some people still lose their whole minds when black talent shows up in spaces. Let's not forget how they unalived that poor cosplayer, that poor black girl cosplayer. That's why we need more black production companies to make our own movies, basically. Alright, so let me get in. And instead of asking themselves why a black Snape unsettles them so much, they need to start typing threats from their little they need to start talking about why their life is not normal, because that's creepy. Their misery dens. Ugh. It is not normal. It is not racist. It is not normal. It is racist, cowardly, and it is frankly corny. Imagine being so hateful you are beefing with a casting decision for a wizard. Go outside, touch grass, drink water, seek help, get a hug. And shout out to Esidu for standing tall anyways. Because sometimes the best response to racist panic is to keep the job, do it brilliantly, and let them stay mad in 4K. For real, because y'all ain't got no fucking lives. I'm serious, you don't. Now, talking about black production, this next story here, y'all some nosy motherfuckers. That's all I gotta say.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Now it works. Unbelievable. Rumor debunked, Tyler Perry and Marlo Hampton are not dating. I knew that because I saw the story about it first, but I guess since they put it in the newspaper, I'm going to go ahead and throw it in. That reminds me the hatred they displayed on the black actor in one of the Star Wars movies. Oh yeah, they jumped on his ass too. Now, let's get into this next one because the internet continues to prove that it cannot be trusted with pixels, gossip, or free time. A photo started circulating that appeared to show Tyler Perry and Marlo Hampton, I don't know who the hell she is, in a very close, very romantic moment, enough to have people online talking like they had just uncovered the relation scoop of the year. He's straight? I didn't know. I just know he got a divorce. Problem is the image was fake. AI generated, doctored, manufactured foolishness. Now, both Tyler Perry and Marlo Hampton really were at the same event. The Sea Salt Soulful Sunday Bogus Brunch in Atlanta. I ain't never heard of that, but that's too many S's for me. But the viral image making it look like they were in some steamy embrace completely altered. According to reporting afterwards, they had not really even known each other before the brunch. They were just in the same room like celebrities often are. And the internet did what it does. I think one of my damn cats just broke something. I heard something go crack. I hope you cracked your head. Anyways, according to reporting afterwards, they had not even really known each other before the brunch. They were in the same room, and it's just seasoning and chaos. Marlo played in Housewives of... Oh, okay. So she was on it. She didn't play it. They don't have a... Well, maybe they do have a role. I don't know. I don't be watching that shit. Anyways, honestly, this is where we are headed. Deeper into trouble. Because AI fakes are only getting better. Years ago, if somebody made a fake celebrity photo, you could usually clock it. Something would look off. A hand would have 6 fingers. An earring would be floating in the air. Somebody's face would look like it melted in Photoshop. But now... these edits are getting slick, enough to fool people instantly, especially once blogs and gossip accounts start reposting first and thanking later. And the Tyler Perry angle made it spread even faster because he is famously private, even though we are famously suspicious of him. People always want to know who Tyler is dating, what is he doing, and whether he is with somebody new. So once a fake image drops involving him and a known TV personality like Marlo, of course, the internet went into detective mode, except half of these detectives graduated from the University of Making Stuff Up. The truth is much less dramatic. They were both at a brunch hosted by a well-known executive, other celebrities were there too, and Tyler was reportedly trying to keep a low profile. Not with your tall ass! But once that fake image started moving, low profile was over. The event photographer even suggested the whole thing took a weird turn. Tyler became part of an online storyline. And this is exactly why AI nonsense is dangerous. Because just being annoying because it can create an entire narrative out of nothing. Relationships, scandals, conflicts, evidence. I hope those cats got crushed. No, not really. But I hope they learned their lesson. All fake but believable enough to start rumor cycles that people then repeat as fact. So no, Tyler Perry and Marlo Hampton are not some surprise new couple based on that photo. They're just two people at the same event, and the internet's unemployed imagination got to work. At this point, before folks react to a celebrity photo online, they need to ask themselves one question. Is this real? Or is there another robot-assisted lie cooked up in engagement? Because these days, even the mess can be artificial, and it's disgusting. It is. Let's keep moving, because we got it. Alright, so, sorry, we're in health. Give me a second. This one is health. Let me get this done. There we go. Alright, so we're almost finished, y'all, and I do have a fashion show if y'all are interested. Just type fashion show in there if you're interested. Now, I love this, because in the middle of all of this chaos, it's good to talk about something that actually points towards healing, purpose, and black excellence with receipts. Every year, medical students across the country go through match day, the big moment when they find out where they are headed for residency. It is a huge deal, part nerve-wracking, part celebratory, part, Lord, please let this envelope not ruin my life. After years of studying, testing, surviving rotation, interviews, debt, stress, and barely enough sleep, this is the day their next chapter gets assigned. Let me see. Okay. That matters because black physicians are still dramatically underrepresented in this country. A 2023 study found that only 5.7% of U.S. doctors are black, and that shortage has real consequences. We already know black patients often have their pain dismissed, their symptoms minimized, and their serious conditions overlooked. So when Morehouse celebrates a new class matching into medicine, especially primary care, pediatrics, internal medicine, emerging medicine, and family medicine, that is not just academic. That's hope. That's health hope, damn it. Morehouse has always had a mission bigger than prestige for prestige's sake. The school focuses heavily on community health disparities, underserved populations, and training doctors who understand not just disease, but the social realities shaping who gets sick, who gets ignored, and who dies too soon. That's powerful, because a doctor who understands culture, environment, stress, and inequity is often a different kind of doctor than one trained to only look at charts and lab numbers. And I also love that they let the world see it, because black achievement is too often hidden inside institutions and only talked about in a tiny circles. But this was public, joyful, intentional. It said, look at these future physicians, look at these lives about to change, look at this investment in a different medical future. And frankly, we need more of that. We need more doctors, black doctors. We need more black medical leadership. We need more of everything, damn it. We need more students seeing people who look like them in white coats without feeling it's rare or symbolic. This damn cat is doing all kind of weird shit outside. Okay, yeah. More providers who understand us without us having to translate our humanity from scratch. So congratulations to those students. Seriously. Because becoming a doctor is hard enough. Becoming one while carrying family dreams, community hopes, racial underrepresentation, and everybody asking you for free medical advice the second you pass anatomy. I think there's a mouse in there and they're fucking with it. Yep, there's a mouse in there and they're fucking with it. Whoo! Bless them. This story is not just about where they marched. It's about what they represent, and what they represent is necessary. Definitely. I'm hoping these cats kill that damn doctor. Send some of those. Please do. Yeah, there's a fucking mouse in there. I wish these cats would do something about that. You would think that that's a bold ass mouse. Anyways, moving on. Alright, so Misty Copeland's Oscar perfection after a total hip replacement. Did you know she had that? Because I didn't. Damn, I didn't know ballet could do that. Now, this is what resilience looks like when you put it on stage, makeup, and say, watch this. One of the standout moments from the 2026 Oscars was the performance of I Lied to You from Sinners. And the middle of all of that beauty and spectacle was Misty Copeland, moving across that stage just 12 weeks after hip replacement surgery. Let's stop right there, because most regular people often after a major surgery like that are still measuring progress by things like I tied my shoe without crying today. Misty Copeland was out here dancing at the Oscars. That is wild. For folks who may not know the full scope, Misty is not just any ballerina. She made history in 2015 as the first black female principal dancer in American Ballet Theater. I remember when that happened. One of the most prestigious ballet companies in the world. That alone put her in a rare air. But what makes this a moment even more powerful is everything her body had already been through before this performance. Brave, strong woman after that surgery. She retired from ABT in 2025 after an extraordinary career, and by then she had been dealing with serious hip issues, bone spurs, cartilage loss, labral tear, and the kind of pain that you tell most people to sit all the way down and stay there. Give me a second here. She still gave ballet, but Misty being Misty, she still gave ballet what she came to give. Then came the surgery. A total hip replacement means your natural joint is replaced with a prosthetic one. Not a little touch-up, not a minor adjustment, a whole mechanical reset. And recovery can take months for many people. It is 6 to 12 weeks just to get through the early healing stages, much longer before movement feels natural again. But elite dancers are built differently, and Misty showed exactly what that means. A movement expert analyzing her Oscar performance pointed out that her body was doing the turnout, the rotation, the balance, the load on a single toe, and basically said in science language, this is ridiculous. In the best way, because she was asking a surgically repaired hip to stabilize power, grace, and control under the lights in front of the world. And she made it look effortless. That is the way that part gets people every time with great dancers. The audience sees beauty. The body knows the cost. So this was not just a celebrity performance. It was a testimony. A reminder that even after pain, even after surgery, even after retirement, a black woman can still step into the spotlight and embody strength without having to announce it. She just did it. And honestly, I love that for her, because now it's rain and snow ahead tomorrow. I hate this so much, because ballet has historically treated black women like outsiders in a world they helped transform through talent and discipline. Misty changed that. She kicked doors open, held them open, and then came back after a whole titanium hip situation to remind everybody that grace is not fragility. Sometimes grace is grit in satin, and sometimes elegance is survival with posture. And resilience does a pirouette on national television just to make sure you did not forget who she is. That's what I'm talking about. Now, let me see here now. Let me bring that down so I can see which story's coming up. Okay, yeah, we're in that moment. I'm about to do my commercial for the last time. If you like what I'm doing, if you don't like what I'm doing, hit me up in the comments. Just be, respectful. Share, like, subscribe, hit me up. Let me know if you like what I'm doing. check out my commercial, and I'm hoping them cats do something. Be right back. Come on, god dang it.
It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the. It's just me and the fam. Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little taste, that's my bird, that's my mascot. No one's go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with them racks out. Stay inside the house, turn.
Give me a second. Y'all hissing? Y'all need to kill it. Damn it. Give me a second here. Alright, sorry about that. The damn cat, I turned the lights on and they hissing. Like they scared. You need to do something with that damn thing. Anyways. This is ridiculous. So, live possums snuggles stuffed toys at an Australian airport store. You see what I'm saying? They even get comfort from our stuff now. They're just getting used to our stuff. They're normalizing this shit is what I'm saying. Hold on. Oh, wait. Nope, that's the wrong one. Let me see here now. You'll see it in a moment. Oh, no. Where's the other one? Oh, shit, I don't have it up here. I'm going to have to show y'all in a second. I got to bring it up now. I hate when this happens. I should have took a picture of that shit. Because the next story is about a damn raccoon. And they're hissing over there at that damn mouse. Good. Kill it, please. Don't bring it in here. Why the fuck is a mouse in my house now? One came in at the beginning of winter. It's now spring. I guess they had to make sure. Anyways, here you go. Let me just bring it up here so y'all can see it. I'm going to have to switch. Okay, I'm going to have to switch between the two. Ah, there it is. So, as you can see, raccoon gets head stuck in peanut butter jar and climbs a tree. So apparently that's how they get rid of their weak ones. I'm guessing because they do stupid shit and then you never see them again. I'm guessing. I am absolutely guessing because I do not understand why the fuck this trash panda would do this. But let's take a quick break from the foolish humans because nature has entered the chat and apparently it has peanut butter. A raccoon managed to get its head stuck inside a peanut butter jar, and then in what I can only describe as blind panic, woodland embarrassment, climbed about 20 feet up a tree with the jar still on its head. So now you've got one confused little trash bandit perched on a branch, unable to see, probably questioning every life decision that led to this crunchy moment. The Shelburne Fire Department got called in after workers from the water department spotted the raccoon in distress. And honestly, shout out to the people who saw this and chose compassion instead of just standing there saying, well, that's unfortunate. Firefighters brought out a ladder, got up to the raccoon and used a snare to carefully pull the jar off its head. Vision restored, crisis over, dignity partially recoverable. And I love, let me see here now. Yeah, I said that. Okay, and I love that even the officials had a little humor about it. Because saying no injuries were reported aside from a serious blow to the raccoon's pride, which is fair, because imagine thinking you found a jackpot peanut butter and then ended up trapped in a jar, blind, in a tree. I don't know why did he climb the tree is what I don't understand. So your ass needs help. And you're just going to go where nobody else is, the tree. That's smart. Anyways, well, that raccoon was traumatized in that tree. I don't give a damn. I wouldn't have climbed into the tree. That was a rough day for that motherfucker because he said he got trapped in a jar, blind with fire department now fully aware of your business. But the biggest reminder here is actually real. Dispose of trash properly because an animal can get into our leftover containers and mess all the time. And what seems harmless to people can turn dangerous real fast for wildlife. A raccoon today, something else tomorrow, and it might be even more dangerous, and we might not be able to help it. Still, I'm not gonna lie. This is one of those stories where you know that raccoon is never living it down in the forest. Somewhere right now, another raccoon is probably like, a jar? Really? Gerald, a jar? Prayers up for the little peanut butter pirate. Man, you could have at least gone after something better than peanut butter. Go for a Reese's. It's safer. Shit. Okay, that's it for that story, but we got another one. Give me a second. I gotta bring this down so I can readjust shit. It's always a struggle. I hope my cats are mildly whopping that damn mouse for real. I don't need you in my house. I didn't ask you to come in. I definitely did not. And I washed my dishes and shit, so I don't know how the fuck it got in. But apparently Australia, I'm telling you, now the animals, I think this is what's happening with the animals. The animals have now decided to head to the USA, except for that raccoon that went to Belarus. Because that, first it was the fox, and now we got a possum at the airport in Australia. Possum, not opossum, possum. Those are cuter and less scary looking. But anyways, check this out. So, a possum was found cuddled up with a plush toy at the airport in Australia. Because the animal kingdom is giving us a comic relief this week, let's talk about the possum that decided the airport looked relaxing. I'm just going to let you know right now, this is just so wrong in so many ways. I'm just letting you know, so many ways this is wrong. Why would you do this to... Why is it trying to get cuddles? Damn, an incel possum, I guess. Alright, so at Hobart Airport in Tasmania, airport staff found a live possum just posted up inside a store, snuggled in with a bunch of stuffed animals. I know if someone had bought that thing, they would have scared the shit out of themselves and their babies. Like it had booked a cozy layover and was waiting on boarding group B. According to the store manager, the little possum looked completely comfortable, nestled among the plush toys like, yes, these are my cousins. I live here now. And honestly, I respect it. Out of all the places to hide in the airport, I would have hid in the bar. Choosing the stuffed animal section is kind of genius. Soft, warm, emotionally supportive. Better than most airport seating, if we're being honest. Now, the possum did not seem stressed at first. It was just vibing. But eventually it climbed down and started taking a little tour of the airport, which of course caused a stir. Passengers were filming, staff were scrambling, and suddenly this tiny marsupial had become the main character of the terminal. Airport workers then made what was described as a mad rush to keep the possum safe, avoid chaos, and get it back outside where it belonged. How did it get in is the first question. Thankfully, they were able to escort it out safely without harm. And I love this story. I love stories like this because every once in a while, in the middle of a world full of stress, politics, bills, and nonsense, an animal just wanders into public and reminds everybody to laugh for a second. The manager even called it a nice little spike of happiness in an otherwise normal day. That sounds about right. Because let's be real. If I'm stuck at an airport and suddenly see a possum cuddled up with plush toys before going on a terminal stroll, that is now the best part of my trip. So shout out to this fuzzy trespasser for bringing joy, confusion, and probably the strongest airport guest appearance of the week. I salute it, me personally. I'm all for it. But seriously, I think he was making a trip to the U.S., He's one of the other operatives. Let's be real. These animals have that shit together. They are going to take over, and that's our ass. The first story was to just lull y'all, but let's be serious. The motherfuckers are coming for us. They already got an orangutan in the White House. I'm just letting you know. Alright, with that, I'm going to bring this down, and I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know we're about to get into fashion. Let me go set it up first, because fashion always pisses me off sometimes when I have to go back and forth. Ever since my tablet broke and my screen's broke, everything breaks. I'm tired of it. But I'm going to go ahead and get the fashion thing up. Just give me just a second. I think that's it. Nope, that's the wrong one. That's the live stream. There it is. Nope. Yep, that's it. Alright, let me just come up here and situate it. Okay. Where the hell is that screen? There it is. All right. And we're ready. Okay, so we're about to go ahead and look at fashion. Please be advised, this is some fucked up shit. I'm just letting you know. It is really bad fashion. I'm just letting y'all know. So, here we go. Where's my fashion thingy? Celebrity news, fashion news. Here we go. Alright, so today we are talking about train wreck fashion from the Oscars. Let me go ahead up here so you can see it. Oscars 2026, all the train wrecks of Fashion Week. It's a lot of them. I talked about her before because she was one of the people on the train. Oh, wait a minute. We ain't there yet. Okay, we ain't there yet. Alright, we ain't there yet. We gotta go. Okay, this one. You know what? I didn't see her whole dress. Now that I see it, your ass needs to be whooped. What the hell's wrong with you, ma'am? From the head up, from the neck up, you good. From the shoulders down, you are the most confused woman I've ever seen in my life. What is your issue, ma'am? Why? Why does it have to be this way? You got what looks to be cotton, the fabric of our lives, and then velvet together in one dress. And then you got nerve to make that pose like you got pockets. What is wrong with you? You need your ass whooped. Who talked you into this? And then the whole outfit is split screen, can't see a thing. Girl, let me move it then. Let me see if I can move it. Give me just a second. I don't know how you can't see it. It's a whole screen right there. That's what she's wearing right there. Give me a second. Alright. And now I'm going to ask you, is it better? Is it better? Because you got the same screen. Now all you got is white right next to it. Is that better? Because, I mean, it's the same size. It's just gotten wider. My body's covering nothing. My body was on the other side of it. The screen was just half. This right here, is not cute. I'm telling you. Now I can't see my screen. So I'm not going to see what you say. So I'm just going to keep going. Alright, so Keith Lee and Ronnie Lee. That dress is not really for you. What was he doing with that hat? No. Her head, great. The dress, not with what you're working with. No, ma'am. That should have been less sheer. It would have been nice if you were holding the purse. The shoes kind of throw me off. His pants don't fit. And he's wearing a tank top. I can't see what you're saying because I had to do the full screen. So if you're saying something, I can't see it. Next one. Timothy Chalamet. Why is everybody crazy about this dude? He looks like a sperm standing there like that. He looks like a sperm with a black head. That is not good. So, I don't know what to say. So, yeah. We're going to keep going because I don't know what. He looked like a sperm with a black head on his head. I'm serious. I don't know what the hell to tell you. Moving on. Okay, Danielle Brooks. Your titties are too big to go without tape. Your titties should not be that far away from each other in that dress. I'm very sure everybody can see if you're wearing panties or not. The color is great on you, but not that cut. No ma'am. No ma'am, no spam. I don't know if you want to be on OnlyFans or if you go into the Oscars, because I can see the areola, and that is not what is supposed to be seen. They must have got mad at you when they was dressing you, ma'am. That ain't right. Moving on. Let's see what else we got here. Hold on. Okay, there they are. Okay. Oh, Lord. We gonna talk about you in a minute. Oh, what the hell is this woman wearing? This is Maggie O'Farrell. Ma'am, I don't know if you going to a funeral or a 80s pop party. Good God, the color is wrong. Why are you wearing sleeves like that? What is that on your head? And then the dress is wrinkled too. God dang, you just didn't give a shit, lady. You just did not care. Now what the hell? Who told you? Oh, girl, no. First of all them tattoos do not go with that dress, which is sagging a little, which means it doesn't fit. Who did that hair? You look like a sheep. At least you happy. It looks like you happy, but no, ma'am. If you gonna have that dress, no. And then it's doing two different things. It's doing roaring 50s too much, and then no, ma'am. You just no. They didn't like you. They really didn't. No. What's next? Oh my God, who is this? Odessa Asian. I think that's the one that's been doing horror movies lately. Why do you look goth as hell? And what is this? Is the theme wear no bra? Is that the theme? She looks like she's wearing a blouse and a dress at the same time in the wrong eras. Oh Lord, is that fringe down there? This is a hot mess. These are definitely train wrecks. At least her hair looks nice, but it looks nice, but it looks like she probably can't see all that well. I don't like it. All right, here is Usher and his wife. They look like they're going to prom. Real talk, prom. That dress is long as hell. Don't know why. Obviously, she has no bra. Maybe you don't need to put your hand in your pocket looking like somebody's prom date. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she needs a necklace. We're gonna keep moving. Shayna, you look beautiful. You really do. But that dress, oh my God, it looked like you got in a fight at a damn what you call it? What's the damn Hobby Lobby? Looks like you got in a fight with the Hobby Lobby, and you know that stuff that they put in the presents and shit. Yeah. Apparently she's called Jungle Pussy. Why is she called Jungle Pussy? I don't want to know actually, but that dress looks like you are the wrapping in a gift. I don't understand it. Okay, Melissa McCarthy. What does she dress like? Whoa. Man, is this supposed to be a reverse? Like you're supposed to be reverse naked, but you don't have the body for it because the sleeves and the shoulder are not doing right. And then it's nude, so it looks like maybe you're naked, but nobody really wants to see someone naked in that body frame. I'm saying that maybe if you had a corset on or some control under there, I'm not saying you're fat, I'm just saying I can see some stuff poking out. Maybe if you were more solid thick and didn't have those shoulders, and maybe if the top was more skin touching your skin, like it's your skin too, maybe that would have worked. And then the hairstyle is giving me mullet. It's really giving me mullet. I'm just I don't know who told you that was good. And then you have the nerve to have pointy shoes. I fucking hate pointy shoes. Now this is Alice Carvalho, and already I don't know what's happening. Is this a tweed outfit? It is a tweed dress. You need your ass whooped. I know your ass is hot. You got to be hot. You have no titties either, person. Those shoulders are saying 1980s, and they would like to go back. That dress is tweed, and you need your ass whooped. This is not good. Blink twice if you're in danger, because that's what it looks like. Now, Isabel Zua. First of all, you know your face is very, very shiny right now. Did nobody tell you to wipe your face? Your head at that angle is not good. The dress is looks like it's too damn tight for you. I don't know what the hell is going on with the shoulders. You look like you're possibly in shape, but I wouldn't be able to tell because this dress is not accentuating. And then you got nerve to have a motherfucking train. Girl, no. You need to redo your hair. Get your makeup done better because you're looking gothic as hell. Wipe your face down because you look sweaty. I mean, the brow is shining. I don't mind shiny skin. Like, you need that on your arms. That needs to be shiny and glistening. The titties may be shiny and glistening, but not so much in a trap. Because it looks like it's covered in foil and they're begging to breathe. I'm so sorry, ma'am. It's a no all the way for me. And I don't even see your Did you get your nails done at least? Yeah, she got her nails done. That's nice. But girl, no. No, the necklace is nice. But that angle is not good for you. Demi Moore looks like looks like they killed about 15 peacocks to dress her. Now this woman right here could use some meat on her too. She's skinny as hell. That dress right there, it does accentuate your shape, but it looks like a lot of animals went into making that. I want to call PETA on you, for real talk. It looks like agony. When I look at that, I just think screeching birds in agony. And let's see if we're done yet. Yep, we're done. All right. So that is it for the fashion. Ooh, Lord, I'm just boggling all over the place. Let me bring that down. No, thank you. No ham, no spam, no ma'am. I don't like that at all. I want to go ahead and thank y'all for coming out tonight with me. That's it for the news. Thank y'all. Take care of yourselves. And I'll see you on Wednesday with a whole lot of shit. I love y'all and good night. Where's my outro? Outro, there you go.
I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't home with my soul. On the road, I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't home with my soul. On the road.
Blink twice if you're in danger, because that's what it looks like. Now, Isabel Zua, first of all, you know your face is very, very shiny right now. Did nobody tell you to wipe your face? Your head at that angle is not good. The dress is looks like it's too damn tight for you. I don't know what the hell is going on with the shoulders. You look like you're possibly in shape, but I wouldn't be able to tell because this dress is not accentuating. And then you got nerve to have a motherfucking train. Girl, no. You need to redo your hair.